What?
Watched that episode last night. Man goes, can that be a real thing? Why is this not a real thing?
What is not a real thing?
Yeah, where you share your farts with people?
Oh my
Only 3 a day though, and if you creep, you get kicked off.
That sounds really weird.
Yeah, it's fart book.
How do you watch that?
I despise this with passion.
So, we ready? We good? Feeling good?
Mentally, no, but
Jesus.
hey, let's
Like
go.
you should.
I was born ready.
Do we have any thoughts, opinions, questions, anything like that about where we're at right now?
How much do we know Charlie? Like, I don't remember seeing him around.
He's the son.
Yeah, I figured, but like, do we?
Sorry,
I don't remember ever talking to him.
I mean,
You've all probably seen him. You all, prior to this trip, would have, you know, had maybe had a chance to visit a little bit with him, but in terms of the game, we haven't spent time with him up to this point. So, this has been a probably, 10 or 11 day trip up to this point.
Okay.
So if there are things that you want to know and want to have had time to talk to Charlie about, you
Do you do it?
would certainly have had time to do that.
Okay.
What's his basic personality?
what's the name of the sheet that has?
So Charlie he is very sharp. He's very intelligent. He is extremely personable.
How old is he?
So when you talk to him, you sort of feel like you're talking to a friend all the time. He is very, very good at putting people at ease.
You're talking about Curtis?
Charlie.
Charlie. Okay, that was close.
And about how old was he, Anastasia?
20s. I have to look back at my original thing.
You have like a dice tray in there?
That's
So
only
it's
mittens
exactly
matters.
how old he is.
Eli's gonna roll on
22.
But yes, this is the mittens cam.
22-year-old son of Max and Ola. He's an eager adventurer. And
That is the other thing about this. A lot of what he is.
he's not a fighter.
He's not a fighter. He is. He's not totally unskilled, but he's just not too enthused about it. Yeah, he is very excited to be going on this long of a trip. A lot of what he's done has been more local and, helped with some of his father's business stuff more locally. And he's done well with some people that are kind of big shots and people that are maybe a little questionable. So this is going to be by far the furthest he's traveled to do one of these things. This is going to be probably the most difficult person he's had to deal with from a business standpoint. So, but he's very excited about it. So, and he doesn't make a secret of that.
He's giddy
He's got white stuff.
because he's got a kitty with him.
Your ears are majestic.
Mom.
It's a thing. Whenever he's mittens now, they have to be there.
Yep. My tabaxi. I'm repping.
So when you guys are traveling with him, there is like a coach, like a significant coach wagon that he rides in for the majority of the time. They did send somebody along to drive the coach, but the rest of us, I will leave it up to you whether you wanted to bring a horse, whether you wanted to ride in the carriage with them.
So why didn't you drive the coach? You missed a really good opportunity to be a captain here.
went back the couple days that we stayed at the estate. Gunther was very interested in hearing about your experiences with Persephone.
She doesn't listen anymore.
Does she ever listen?
So he asks you to kind of give some detail on the different things that you've tried with her and how it's worked out and all that stuff. And so, I mean, he knows that you enjoy Persephone, but you're a little disappointed because she won't listen to you. And he said, well, I thought that might happen. And so he had...
A shock collar.
No, he had...
Whoa.
He had... Do you want her taken away? Is that it?
Like, uh-oh.
No.
So,
Ship taken away, zombie army taken away.
so he asks you to give her back. But that when you after he has this conversation, he says that he thinks he...
Can I make a request?
What's that?
Can he make her able to be a full-size dragon so I can ride her and feel like a dragon?
A dragon riding a dragon.
Yep. Come on. I could be like Aragon.
So before you guys leave, he brings Persephone back to you, and he's got this little pendant. And he informs you that now, with the use of this pendant with her, you, for 1 minute per day, you will be able to establish a more direct connection with her, and Persephone will listen
Maybe.
much more closely to the instructions that you give her. For 1 minute a day, though. And if you do that, just for the sake of argument, it isn't instant. It's like it requires you to take an action to do that. So if you were to try and do it in the middle of combat, it would take your whole action to do that.
Granny.
You finally have control over something in your life.
We never got to throw a snowball at Anastasia.
Do we have any more questions? Any more things we're interested in learning?
Oh, actual snowball.
I don't know, do we know anything about these green dragon people? Like, anything basic that Charlie can tell us?
Charlie doesn't know much about them.
Alright.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how attractive is Gwen as far as Dragonborn standards?
I don't know, what's your charisma?
Because what if we just seduced our way in?
Pretty hot.
Hmm?
It looks like a 0 on the charisma.
14.
Yep.
So +2 on my charisma.
She's not bad looking Dragonborn at all. In fact, some would feel pretty thrilled.
She's a little bodacious.
It's pretty.
Eli, why don't you give me say history?
It's a really small target.
That's
Ooh,
a natural 20.
Oh wow, yeah. Eli
It's
is
even off
very familiar with not only Green Dragonborn in general, but she even knows some things that pertain to even this clan of Dragonborns.
Ooh, what's that?
what do you know? Your special dragonborn.
So the bits that you already know are true. You know, what they said was accurate. They are notoriously difficult with outsiders. I mean, they to the point that they will not allow anyone into their village unless, I mean, you wouldn't call it a test per se, but you will not be able to go in there without meeting certain requirements of theirs. And depending on how that initial whatever interaction with people goes, that process of getting in there may even require evidence by combat
I thought you were gonna say sacrifice.
to enter.
Well,
Yeah,
there-
we have to kill one of our party off to prove that we are upstanding people.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna do this now.
Do you guys know how to tell if a dragonborn is ticklish?
No.
Testicles.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Let's do it. We have not, like, are we heading out, or have we headed out yet, or no?
So, we're on the morning of the last day of our trip. We will arrive in Old Brunswick this evening, around dinner time. If there's nothing that anybody wants to do, prepare for, plan for, think about, consider.
I'd like to figure out a time to go back and get my rod of immovable bullshit.
Gunther gave you a new one.
Fuck yeah. Gunther is the bro.
Did you purr at him?
Oh, I purred so heavy. It was almost inappropriate.
Was there a little bit of petting involved?
Heavy petting. It's the kind of petting zoo I want to open, a heavy petting zoo. Be a great idea.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Where are we going on the first date? The heavy petting zoo.
On this trip, Charlie's been asking you about the zombie pirates and
Burn down my ship.
I'm just gonna grin at Glenn the whole time.
I mean, he's been asking about, like, he at some point or another, every single one of you has been asked about your experiences on adventures. Like, he's super interested in that.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell him Gwen single-handedly destroyed the ship and the army, the zombie army. We all just stood by and watched her do it. She dominated them mentally.
Persuasion.
That's gonna be a 21.
Really? I mean,
Really good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it was amazing
Is
watching
it
her.
the
that's a very interesting decision.
Go for it.
market? Bell pepper?
Red roast, red pepper.
I'm just gonna, give one of those side grins.
So, and I mean, unless somebody is correcting that story, then that's a fairly
God, what the hell did you do with my dice?
I said it right there.
Just give him a very blank look.
I'm just
I
gonna
was the
sigh up.
captain and you burned down the ship.
Pretty much. I'm gonna druid craft you a chamomile flower
Sure.
for your tea.
Thank you.
That's what she has
I got
done
mine.
with her time. She has
Sure.
studied your teas and learned how to bloom them
You
all.
love
Sure you did.
She's handing you a few little satchels.
Charlie believes me.
I made them myself.
Aw, thank you. I am.
I've got a silver tongue, what can I say?
Okay.
God, Mitten should have been a bard.
I wanna craft a ship.
A ship?
Yeah, out of wood.
Okay.
Full-size
What
ship.
were we using for your craft?
I assume it's crafts. Whatever that is. What was it?
Did you have like a tool set or something you were using to
Yes,
do
I
that?
have a wood carver's tool, and that's kind of my thing.
Okay.
I don't remember what we were using.
So it's probably just a roll with your proficiency with your proficiency bonus to see how good you
Okay,
do.
okay.
How good a ship you make.
Ooh, 21.
Yeah, it's great. It's a fantastic ship. Excellent detail.
I just shipped
What did
my
you want it to
hands.
look like?
Just like the one that broke down.
It looks exactly like it.
I'm gonna go give it to Glenn and pat Glenn on the shoulder. walk along.
It's even got a tiny little zombie captain on it.
I'm gonna say you can be the captain though.
Let's just stretch.
So you take out, so instead it's a tiny little Gwen on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Looks just like you.
I'm making her teas with my herbalism kit. But
That's
in
what
general,
inspires me.
the studies are
Nice.
Nice.
Can we get a dead
I'm like
man's on
riding
the
a horse at the back.
Did you give that to Gwen?
Yeah, I gave it and I said you could be the captain now. And I
Are
played
you
whoever.
adding that to your possessions, or are you throwing it on the ground?
I'm adding into my possession.
Okay.
You can give it to Persephone, she can play with that.
I'm going to now refer to Gwen as captain from here on out.
Captain Gwen.
Captain Gwen.
I add captain.
Look, I mean, not everyone has been a ship captain.
It's true. And I bet you're the shortest ship captain of all time too. Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, you were the captain of that ship for a good 6-7 minutes.
World record.
6-7 minutes.
The fastest
Probably a
captainhood
little
of all
longer
time.
since they walked off, walked in,
That's
and yeah.
captain in the
It took him
west.
that long. Yeah, McTavish wouldn't have waited around too long with that all going on. It probably wasn't even that long, to be honest. It was probably 3-4 minutes. You were the captain.
I assume our hit points are restored, right?
Yes, we've been traveling and everything, so everybody should be at full everything. I mean, and I mean, we traveled through a few different communities, and if there were things that people were specifically trying to obtain, we've had time to do that.
I need dream cookies.
Dream cookies.
Or dream pies.
Dream pastries.
Pastry, that's what it is.
Pastries?
No,
Dream
no,
pastries
we
specifically.
don't need the dream pastries.
I don't even know what dream pastries are.
It's from the
Bless you.
Curse of Straw campaign.
Okay.
Can somebody finish this cheese off so we can just like,
Eli, get on it.
come on Eli. Just
How many
tiny-
cheeses
just
are in
like,
there?
There's like tiny cheeses. Might we want them?
Cheese is crisp. Just get that out here.
Oh, there's like a really good piece there. I'll eat it.
I'll just set it right here.
All right.
That way if anybody wants it. we can
Okay.
have it.
Okay. Anything else we're gonna do? Any
She
other
tricked you.
any other plans we want to make, or are we just gonna ride right into town?
Adam would like to know if anybody has Mountain Dew.
Not right now.
When am I coming?
Is that Adam?
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Green tea. Tea.
Alright, get this out of here, sweetie.
Please.
I'm gonna ride a horse behind the carriage, just to be like a scout, essentially, or
Horse
like.
and carriage.
Go around.
Horse and carriage.
Sure. Did you ask to have Shayna again, or did you get a different horse?
I'll get a different horse this time.
All right.
Horsing around.
Oh, what's up, Bearded Reaper? We're playing Mark's delightful D&D campaign, trying not to die.
Just keep swimming.
Okay, so do you want to know the name of your horse, or you're all set?
Yeah, I want to know the name again.
This horse is named Chesapeake.
Oh, that's a good name. It's a good horse name. Very horsey.
I don't know if it. Nope, didn't spell that right at all.
It's okay.
Okay. Anyone else that wanted to ride a horse on this trip, or is everybody just piling into the carriage?
Carriage.
I'll be
Tyler, we are playing a homebrew D&D campaign, 5e. Yeah, I'm gonna pile into the carriage too.
Okay.
I'd like to captain it or pilot it. I don't know what it is for a carriage,
I
but
mean, you are
I'd defer to the captain,
Gwen or the person driving the carriage.
Gwen.
Okay. I mean, if you do have the desire to go, I mean, you guys have a tremendous amount of credibility with the Wyndams, and so if you go to that carriage driver and say, can I drive the carriage for a little while, the carriage driver is going to be like, well, why, yes, Mittens man. Yes, absolutely, you may.
I can do it.
Okay. Excellent.
Please, man. I'm gonna give him the big cat eyes.
All right, so the way that we would do this, if all you're doing is having the horses go down the road,
Yep.
you don't have to do anything.
Okay, perfect.
If you try to do anything else, you're going to have to make an animal handling check.
My saunter up to the horses.
Negative
Don't do
one.
it. Don't do
I
it.
have +4 to animal handling. You want me to captain the ship?
I got it. We're just gonna go in a straight line.
I have an A.
All right, Captain.
I'm gonna say hey ya from time to time.
Yeah. Like that.
The driver is right there, so the driver, like, if as long as we're not doing anything crazy, the driver can like keep everything under control.
Okay, I'm bored with this. I'll just hand him the reins back.
Okay.
45 seconds. Yep, that was fun. I'm out.
Just like ice
Just
fishing.
like, yeah, I was just gonna say, just like you
My
like fishing.
captainhood lasted just as long as Gwen. See?
Wow. Okay.
R.I.P.
So, anything else? Anybody have anything that they want? Otherwise, we're gonna be heading into town.
I'm just kind of counting squirrels as we go along or whatever.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, as we're on the way, as we're arriving to Old Brunswick, the driver has a couple of words with Charlie about where he wants him to go, and so on the way in, he says, "Well, we have some choices about where we could stay. Do you guys have any preferences on the type of place that you think we should stay at?"
The Pegasus.
That's
Tree,
not here.
Yes, they have the greatest ones.
Tree.
Charlie's not staying in a tree.
I would have done the tree trick.
That he's done that on the trip and he's enjoyed the heck out of it. But now we're in town and he's staying in a tavern.
So what are the
So
options?
I'm gonna defer to your judgment, Charlie. You seem like a wise young man.
Okay.
Charlie's
So do
been
you
here.
have preferences, maybe?
No, Charlie has been here, right?
No, Charlie has never
He's
been
never
here.
been
He just has been told about the places that are kind of options.
Something that's acceptable to all peoples.
So if you guys have any preferences on where we stay, then you can have your input, and he can tell you about the options, or you can just let him decide where he wants to go.
No preferences from me.
Tree.
Tree.
Nobody has any preferences on where we're going?
Something welcoming to everybody.
What are our options?
Okay, so the place that he would go if no one else has anything to say about it is a place called Old Town Brews. It's a tavern and an inn. It's in the center area of the city. The city is the older portion of the city's in the center, and the outer edges of the city are, a lot of it is a little newer. But this isn't a well-established place. It's pretty good size. It's supposed to be pretty popular with the traveling crowd and things like that. There's a much newer one. It's called the Gambler, and it is very, very popular with people who want to play cards or dice or
Transients.
everything. I mean,
That one's got transients
yeah,
in it.
they have a whole giant space. It's kind of like a casino in today's.
Well, we're only
But,
staying here for one night and going on.
So they are pretty. They're actually pretty fancy because they get some people in there that spend a lot of money. But I mean, it attracts all types. Then there is another one that they're aware of, and it's called the Undercarriage. And it is a very uniquely located place.
Does it have a lot of steam heat coming up underneath it?
It's kind of like it's sort of built underground, and
Cute.
it is, also a place where there is gambling, kind of some diverse entertainment that they have there. Very popular with people who maybe have, not the most straightforward crowd. Not necessarily dangerous per se, but
Shady.
a little, you know,
a little sus.
right. They for sure have a back room with a back room game table and all that kind of stuff. That kind of place is what that is.
First and second?
This third one seems like my cup of tea.
No, we don't drink tea.
It's the pirate's
You
life
drink
for
milk.
me.
I get it.
I got 19 nipples to produce it.
You.
You drink it too?
Probably.
Ugh.
I'll go with with
Charlie.
Charlie, he wants to go to Old Town Brews.
I'm down. That sounds like a great establishment.
Well, let's
Anybody
do that.
else have any preferences on where we
No,
go?
that's good.
So we're gonna go to Old Town Brews. Okay.
Tree.
So as we're coming through town, like you know, the outer portion of the city is. I mean, it is. It's newer. There are some fine homes. There are a number of like kind of newer and nicer establishments. And then as you get to the middle part of town, it's kind of, you can tell that it's much older, and you can see that some of the establishments have been really well taken care of, but they're kind of right next to establishments that, or homes that have been around and they're a little more run down, or maybe even they're like just totally dilapidated. So, yeah, the older part of town is just, it's more of a hodgepodge. We get to Old Town Brews. It's probably one of the nicer buildings in the center of the city. And, you know, we get the carriage parked, so to speak, and we head inside. And it's dinner time, it's bustling and busy, and I mean, as we came up the streets, you could tell this city is nothing like anywhere we've been. There are street performers, there are urchins, there are wealthy people, there are workers, and the racial diversity is insane compared to everywhere else we've been. I mean, you think of a race,
What's there?
we've probably seen them just going down the street.
Hustle and bustle, huh?
So when we go into this tavern, it is just a total kaleidoscope of different races.
Nice. But Gwen feels better here.
Are there any me's there?
Are there any tabaxi?
Yeah.
There is. There is. There's one that you can see upon coming in.
I'm just gonna.
Yep.
Give him one of those.
Yeah, he's sitting up at the bar.
Ooh.
Not interested.
He's like kind of brownish fur, like
much
with some
pussy
like
for
with some
you.
like white striping on him.
Ooh, he's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk up, look at the bartender, and be like, "I'll buy his next drink," and slap some coins down and walk away.
And the bar. So the bartender. There's two bartenders. The one is just this. I mean, very tall and really not very fit. Like kind of not in the best shape anymore.
A little bit of a pudge.
Yeah, this huge Goliath.
A donkey.
A pudgy Goliath.
Yeah, and so the other one that's back there is like you can tell that it's a dwarf, but this is probably the biggest dwarf. Like this dwarf is almost 5 feet tall.
Like
You're
mine.
like, holy shit, what the heck? Like it's a super tall dwarf. You're like, wow, what is going on with this place?
I'm gonna take another look at him and just be like,
Yeah, you're like, what happened, you know?
Are you okay?
You okay?
So you put the money down talking to Goliath, and he kind of knows that you're probably talking about the other. He's like, oh, well, Patches will love this.
Nice.
Patches. Aww. Oh, where's my heart?
So
There's more of you.
Stacy, you have such impressive stack of dice.
Yeah, see? There's your difference.
Your treasures.
so what would you guys like to do now that you've entered?
I'm gonna ask for tea.
Okay, so like, are you guys gonna go sit down somewhere? Are you gonna go to the bar? What are you gonna do?
Well, let's get a table.
You gonna get a table?
Are there any more big dwarves here?
That's the only big dwarf.
Guys,
Like
guys.
all the other ones
Look
are
at that
like.
behemoth of a dwarf next to that pudgy Goliath.
Impressive.
Would you look at him?
The Goliath too, like Goliath's like. So this one has. You've never seen. I mean, you've only seen a few, and you were in the encampment of them, and they're all like, you know, kind of hard living, all that stuff.
Yeah, they're.
This one has let like a huge, like almost a Fu Manchu style mustache has grown,
That is hot.
and he is kind of balding too. And he's let the rest of it like grow. He just looks
Does he look like Kevin from The Office?
with a huge Fu Manchu, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do they have tea? Hot tea?
Okay, so you guys get to the table. Your server comes over. Your server is this little halfling lady. And so, oi, what would you like?
Cup of hot tea.
Hot tea for the lady.
Nice.
She really likes crushed up pine cone tea.
No, that's not my favorite.
Hot tea for the lady. Anyone else?
Hot milk, please, with a bunch of rum.
Hot milk and rum.
I'll take some tea.
Tea? Coming right up. You're a shiny one.
Oh, thank you.
You have no idea.
Water.
And a mug of water.
You
Now,
know cheese sticks?
cheese. Say that again?
Cheese sticks?
Cheese sticks. I can take a wheel of cheese and cut it into sticks if you want.
We'll just
She
take.
really likes fish sticks in her mouth.
We'll just take cheese. We can
How much cheese do you want?
enough for all of us.
Enough cheese for all of you.
Vegetables.
Oh boy, howdy do we?
Vegetables. Just the vegetables.
I will get them.
Hey, does everyone's butt smell from down there?
What?
When you're walking by everybody, you're at butt level. Does it smell?
She's like,
That was a good. That's a good question.
sometimes, I suppose. I mean, it's a tavern.
What happened to the dwarf over there? He's huge.
Boy, he really is, isn't he?
Yeah.
He really, really is.
We shouldn't be pointing out deformities.
Look,
What if he's sensitive
it
about
is
it?
very impressive.
I bet that fat Goliath is sensitive about his weight.
Oh, yeah.
It turns out that he had a human mother.
Ah, that's how it works. Okay.
So he's a dwarf of ill repute.
Now he dare not go back to his homeland, that's for sure.
Caucasian.
Everybody looks happy here.
I certainly hope so. I certainly hope everyone's happy. This is a good place to be.
It looks that way. Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean when you're looking around, like if you start looking around a little bit, yeah, I mean you
Are
guys.
there any other dragonborn in this
Yeah,
place?
absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. Are there any other green dragonborns in this place?
Why don't you do a perception?
That's a 20. Yep, 20.
Yep, there is one. So the little server, skitters off to go get your guys' order.
When she comes back, I'm gonna ask the server to buy another green dragonborn to drink from whatever the dragonborn is drinking.
Yes, it is, Diego. This is Dungeons and Dragons. You're buying a bevy for the. Thank you.
For the other dragonborn? Yeah.
Poser.
Yeah.
So yeah, after are you guys waiting? Are you guys
Copy
just
it
looking
again.
around,
Well, I
deciding to
wanna-
go anywhere, or
I
just
wanna-
hanging out?
You know, use my kitty ears and
He's copycatting
see if I
again.
can pick up any information. If you catch what I'm saying.
Okay.
What kind of information?
Anything that sounds like I can get rich off of.
The druid's just probably picking it up.
So you're trying to find what kind of information?
Anything that pertains to like somebody who lost a bunch of money that I can go find. Something along those routes.
Something you can dig out.
Or any information about the Dragonborn out in the swamp.
Dragonborn out in the swamp. Okay. Do perception.
How about scratchable trees? That's a nice.
Perception, you said? That's going to be a 24.
24. Wow.
I rolled a 19 on the old die.
Wow. Wow. There is nobody talking about the Dragonborn out in the swamp.
Bullshit.
How far is the swamp out here?
You do hear people talking about like like different stuff that's probably outside of the city, but nobody is mentioning the Dragonborn stuff.
How far is that from here? The swamp?
You only have a vague idea of how you think that that it's going to take you maybe a day and a half of traveling
Travel,
out to
okay.
get to this place.
Yeah, still. ways
But
away.
you don't know exactly. You're probably going to have to ask around to figure that out.
How's my tea?
It hasn't arrived yet, but that's because we're doing this right now. So, anybody else have anything else they want to do?
What's the green dragonborn doing? Is he just sitting by himself, or she?
So the green dragonborn is. So this green dragonborn is a little smaller than you, like not as big as you. A little bit of a slighter build than you, but
Green dragon.
the clothes that he has on, I mean, this dude clearly knows what's up. Like, his clothes are nice,
Ashley needs to.
got some little accessories on him, and he's sitting at a table talking to what is probably the biggest tiefling you have ever seen. I mean, this tiefling is like, just like 6'8" maybe. Huge. Huge. It's a lady tiefling.
Oh my god, is he on a date with a tiefling?
You don't know. But yeah, she's she's got red, like blood red skin. Just to give you a picture of what this tiefling looks like.
It's Christmas, green and red.
Like braided hair with the horns and the fangs and the claw, but like some hair that's braided. It's like black and purple. Yeah,
Gross.
yeah, just huge. And then this very finely clothed, pimped out green dragonborn.
Or maybe I'm not gonna find him.
You're not gonna buy him a drink?
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
You know how much we are compared to rent.
I'll buy
Just-
both of them a drink.
How are you gonna do that?
When the waitress comes back.
Okay.
You're
So your
buying
little waitress comes back. All these drinks,
You're buying it.
all this cheese,
What is a cheese?
balanced on this tray just perfectly. So skilled.
Oh,
Weaving in and out of traffic, no problem.
Bigly.
nice.
Yeah,
We should
yeah.
tip her.
She cut it even up
Tip
in
her.
the
Tip her well.
So she brought out a lot of cheese, and she's got them cut like, I don't know, like kind of like sticks, I guess.
Oh, cheese logs.
pops down everyone's drinks and say, "Can I get anything else for anyone?"
Can you buy the Knight Looking Dragonborn
Chiefly.
and his friend a drink or whatever they choose?
The devil.
So she takes a look over at him and says, "Well, you want to buy them drinks?"
Is that a bad idea?
Where's that tiefling from? Do you know? Is it Avernus?
Well, she's from around. She's been in town for a while. They both have.
Oh.
That big tiefling.
She's trouble.
They both used to work for Mama Wolf.
Oh.
Kid years ago.
What's the
Bing,
word?
bing, bing.
Huh?
What's the word?
What do you mean? What's the word? Why are you asking me?
She said they worked for the...
Why don't we invite them over?
So you want me to get a drink for them?
Yes.
Well, okay. What would you like me to get them?
Or whatever they're drinking.
Alright.
Buy a Dragonborn.
Rum?
Alright. Well, rum?
Yeah, give them rum.
Look.
Alright, we can do that. Alright.
No.
So she takes off. Right through everybody.
So they used to work for Mama. Let's maybe we should go pick their brains. Should we get them really drunk and then kidnap them?
What?
It's probably a bad idea. Never mind.
Sounds really bad.
It's the milk
I
talking.
think it's a wonderful idea.
That's probably the wrong part of the milk that's talking. But
You sure
So-
it's lactose?
You kind of after a minute or so, you see her goes over to the table with those two, pops down some rum, and kind of nods in the direction of this table. And you see the tiefling looks over at you guys and takes the. I mean, it's like it looks like what would for us. It looks like it'd probably be like a triple shot. Like it's a
Ooh.
good size thing of rum.
it's not wrong.
And this tiefling takes it, raises it, bang, in one shot, and double tap on the table for good measure. And then the green dragonborn takes it and raises it up, and then the tiefling takes it from him and shoots the second one too.
Guess we know how that date's going.
Gwen, you better send more. You could get him running, maybe get some.
So that's what happens.
So she's a boss ass bitch.
How's my tea?
You tell us.
I don't know.
You want me to roll for you, or you want to roll?
I don't know.
Anastasia.
I don't know. What makes more sense?
You roll.
I'm
You're
giving you
drinking
the option. You want to roll?
I roll, yeah.
Okay.
10, any pluses?
No, I just want to know the number.
10.
It's fine.
Okay.
it. Is it pine cone tea?
No. It's typical. It's not like extravagant or
Oh, that's
phenomenal. It's as good as you'd make for yourself.
Typical Carol.
Typical tea.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Except for it's just a
What's
blue
Charlie
picture
like?
with
Is he like looking around? What is he doing?
Yeah, he's taking it all in.
Anyways, how do people wear these?
He's taking
take
it
it
all
off.
in.
It's uncomfortable, isn't it?
It's also small, so that's probably why.
He's not like he's not uncomfortable even in this sort of an environment, but he is like he has ordered some food and he's eating his food.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, should we finish up our bevies and go to bed so we can get on our journey?
Why don't we invite these two
So
over
we
to
can
chat?
saunter forward.
So after a few minutes, the dragonborn fella and the tiefling are kind of chatting, and they both get up from the table. and the Dragonborn is literally standing like almost like a head shorter than her. And he,
Is that a small dragonborn or a big tiefling?
it's a real big tiefling. And so he heads off like he's going to a room or something, and she starts sauntering over toward you guys.
Nothing?
Yes.
Join, it's a female?
It's a female.
Why don't you join us?
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, we haven't
This is gonna be a long night.
Great.
What's your name, Madam Tiefling?
Well, everybody calls me Gimbal.
This is a woman, right?
Yes.
Where are you from, Gimbal?
Oh, here and there. I'm a little. Where are you from? Can I pet you?
Absolutely not. I feel like your hand would crush me.
Well, I can be gentle.
Deal.
He's just gonna let
I
the
prefer
bear be like, "Is your
scratches
dad
just
the
above
lion?"
my tail.
So she reaches out with her blood red, and you can see like she's got this kind of intricate tattoo like down her arm, even out onto her hands, and she's got the claws on her hands,
I'm gonna grab her arm and be like, wow, that's a cool tattoo. Look at that. What does this mean?
and she kind of like, as you do that, she just kind of lets you, but still pets you a little bit, and she like gives your ears a little rub.
Aww.
I like it down by the tail.
It's like, well, what a good sport. Not all of you are so nice. Patches, he doesn't let me pet him anymore.
What's the story with him? He's single, married, kids?
Why?
Well, I'm single.
You're looking to see a
I'm,
little.
I'm DTF, if you know what I mean.
Well, Patches.
Down to frolic.
Patches will. Patches will open your eyes.
All three of them.
Him and his barbed penis.
I'm gonna have to pass on that, I think. He sounds like he's a little bit too adventurous.
Oh, Patches. He's the right amount of adventurous, is what they tell me.
Is that what they tell you?
That's what they tell me. That's what I tell everybody. Patches.
Is she like intoxicated? She drunk?
Tiefling?
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
No, the
Can I be drunk?
22.
You think that she's not drunk, but she's having a great time.
A little tipsy.
So you know we're here to meet Mama, right?
Whoa.
And then go out to the Dragonborn.
Charlie's meeting Mom.
Charlie's gonna meet Mama. We've been tasked with protecting Charlie.
And then we're gonna go to the Dragonborn encampment and try to get ancient set of rings. And this guy, we know this guy.
Well, then I'm probably not going to advertise we're going to meet Mama.
Probably not.
We can ask him what he knows about Mom.
I don't think that seems pertinent.
So what brings you all to town?
We're meeting with Mama.
Oh, okay. Sounds like-
Meeting with who's meeting with Mama? All you?
Yeah, well, him.
We're the
That
escort.
frail-looking man.
Like as this is happening, Charlie has just finished up his food, and he like as she was coming, he has kind of gone because he's gonna go get himself into the room.
That little pipsqueak that we were with.
We're just the escort. I'm the muscle.
You look like the muscle.
Thank you.
Yeah, she could punch the shit out of a small child.
I mean,
And a big child and an average sized child.
you look like you could. You all look like you could take care of yourselves.
I captained the ship back in my day.
He's just like,
What kind of ship?
Yeah, what type of
he's like
ship was
just a
that?
little pipsqueak in the group. What?
Where did you dock it last? I don't remember.
Something funny? It must be a great story.
It is.
Mittens burned down the ship.
She was a captain for a whole 6 minutes.
It's still.
Well, that doesn't sound rightly fair.
Lasts longer than her last boyfriend, that's for sure.
Yep.
What's Sounds like you had a real exciting life.
We came across some pirates and I claimed the ship and we burned it down.
You guys are still friends, huh?
I cured the curse that was in her.
Dealing with curses and everything, huh? Sounds like a heck of a time. You guys must be in for some great adventures. And you're gonna go talk to Mama?
Yeah, what can you tell us?
Well,
about
we're
it?
not going to talk to Mama. The pipsqueak is.
Oh. Well, what are you guys along for then?
Bodyguard.
Make sure Mama
Ask
doesn't
for
eat
it.
him.
Well, that was wise.
How is
Real
Mama
smart.
dangerous?
Do you know Mama?
I know Mama real well.
Oh, why? Like,
I
how?
worked for her.
Ah,
At this point, Rita is just like kind of looking at her in awe
there's
and
something
like
we should be looking out for?
mixed emotions.
Is there? Say that again.
Is there something we should be looking out for?
Everything. Head on a swivel.
Oh my goodness.
If I were you.
Oh my goodness.
Can we buy you another drink?
You. I'm not gonna say no to that.
We'll fight down the waitress.
All right. Yeah, the waitress will bring you another one. What are you buying her?
What would you like, Jimbo?
Last one was pretty good.
We'll do that again.
All right.
So what do you do now, Gimbal?
You know, just about anything I please, to be honest with you.
Any adventuring? Any fun stories of your own?
Oh my.
Have you ever pirated a ship in your day? I mean, captured a ship?
I can't say that I have.
Pirated a ship.
Everybody's asking too many questions all at once. What did you ask?
I asked what she was doing and if she has had any fun adventures.
Yeah, I only quit working with Mama about, I don't know, a couple months ago. So I've been doing the odd job since.
So quitting is an option then?
I mean, I'd say that I ruffled a few feathers, but I think Mama's got enough respect that she, at least so far, she's let me live my life.
That's nice. How long had you been working for her, or had you worked for her?
Well, I worked for her for almost 5 years.
Why would you quit if you don't mind me asking?
Don't mind our friend. She has a lot of questions.
She
She didn't get the right kind of tea.
Great. What are you talking about? This is great.
she asked me to do enough stuff that I didn't think was the right thing for me to be doing. And I just couldn't rightly do it anymore. It was time to go do something else, and I gotta tell you, Mama can be great sometimes, but boy, can she be bad.
Alright. Well, that's good to know.
Sounds like a mama.
Sounds like a lot.
Sounds like you did right sticking to your guns.
I mean, I could have stayed with it. I felt like there had to be more than just that. Person of my talents,
Oh, what are your talents?
so she's got like this necklace, and she's talking about how she starts telling you that she's skilled in the use of the arcane.
That's cool.
But at the same time, you can see that she's wearing this scale armor, that she's got a great sword on her back.
Ooh. Okay.
Are you a warlock of some kind, ma'am?
I rightly am.
You gonna be my friend?
You seem like a right nice type.
Most of the time. bad
We
idea.
should hire her.
I know.
I agree.
She's single.
I don't see anyone with her. We're whispering really loudly about her right in front of her.
No, like I'm kind of like.
Teams, we can pay you.
Amy,
Well, I mean, we can't
what
have extra
services
muscle.
do you ask me to render?
Well, we need a spellcaster that knows when to cast the appropriate spells in our group.
I took down that pirate mittens,
You
Which one?
became cursed by the pirate.
and I captained a ship.
I'm just saying, we can use somebody that has actual intelligence when it comes to the arcane. No offense, Gwen.
I think it is too.
I'm totally forgetting about the druid. We can offer. How much can we offer?
I just told pieces. Oh, and Rhea would like to know if you're single.
Just like from the other end of the table, shyly like.
No. Well, I hate to break it to you, not exactly my type, but I appreciate the compliment.
Gives a little thumbs up and like shyly goes
She
back
is-
to drinking a lot.
Like, I don't know how, I mean, she's a tiefling, so I don't know what your degree of attraction to tiefling is.
0 because it's a tiefling. Yuck.
But she is hot.
Yeah, she's got burnt skin.
I mean, yeah. If you could be attracted, I mean, this is like,
She's bodacious.
yeah, this is the Kate Beckinsale of tieflings.
Feeling hot.
I'm more of a Margot Robbie guy.
She's the Margot Robbie of tieflings.
I love the Resident Evil 8 vibes we are getting from her. And yeah.
Look, I'm just saying, we could use a little extra muscle because Mama sounds moderately dangerous, and maybe she won't even recognize you.
Oh, maybe you can
There
tell us.
is a fat chance of that.
Well, maybe you can tell us what not to do and not to be stupid about.
Well,
There's that.
Think about it. Here's my phone number, or a way to contact me.
what are you willing to pay?
What's your price?
What are you willing to pay?
How much do we cut? Because I can contribute at least
Yeah,
200 gold.
I mean, we could go 25 gold pieces a day, plus room and board.
Oh. I can raise it to 50.
No, 25 is like
Okay, you guys are bad at negotiating.
She's not interested in you.
You're gonna offer her 25 gold a day.
Pretty.
We got like 2,500 gold.
Plus room and board.
So make a persuasion.
Ugh.
12.
You know, I'd like to help you, but this is Mama.
Would another 25 make you feel better?
We can offer you, are you worried about,
We could take you to an
Protection.
old pirate shipwreck when we're done, too.
How long are you looking to hire me for?
Probably till we leave town here, I guess. I'm assuming you want to stay 3-4
Well,
days.
I mean, you know, I'm not tied down here, but I wasn't looking to go anywhere rightly unless you're paying.
I
So.
mean, our employer is a very well-to-do person. Right?
Really?
He might have use for you.
Who's
as
your
well.
employer?
Maxwell Wyndam. Mic drop.
Your employer is well-to-do.
I'm
What
just
are-
saying, if there's a use for you, he'll have one.
That must be his boy that you're with.
That is, yep.
Wow. All right. 50 gold a day. You pay for my drinks.
Done. That's gonna be more expensive than the 50 gold a day.
Hire. She puts her big clawed hand out to shake somebody.
I'll just give her my paw.
Yeah.
And you may pet me twice a day if you want.
Reaches over and starts petting again. I got them both already.
You did. Nice to have you aboard, ma'am.
This seems like it might be a fun group.
Oh, you have no idea.
I can't wait to see you kick.
I love to kick.
What do you do?
Nothing.
You pray to some god, don't you?
Yep.
She's got a bird. That's her skill.
That's fair.
love
I mean,
that.
I understand supernatural and all. It's real fun.
Aria.
What about you, quiet one?
You quiet.
She can be a lot of things.
I can do lots of things.
She can make a tree.
Tree.
A house out of a tree and
Yes.
she can
I'll show
shoot
you
at
another
things.
time, not in the middle of the bar. Last time I did this around the Goliath, I got in a fight.
Ooh, I'm excited about this. What about this one over here? This one that thinks I'm a cutie. I am a cutie. Who we kidding?
You're the best looking tiefling I've ever seen.
First evening, I've
I'm-
ever seen.
I'm basically the scout slash tracker of the team. I do a lot of hunting.
That's real good because I like to eat. Let me tell you. I mean, an appetite.
You look like it. So does that Goliath behind the bar.
Ah! He is a crazy old tooth, that one.
Yeah, but if he throw a fucking punch.
Oh, back in his day, he got a bad back now. He ain't throwing punches at nobody.
That's unfortunate. Poor little guy.
Ah! Little guy. You're a funny one.
Yeah.
Have my days. My group doesn't appreciate it all that much.
Only when he burns down my ship.
You guys, I think you guys need to hug it out. I don't even know you.
Hug me and you'll get the claws.
Okay. Anything else we're doing, or
Going to
any
bed.
more conversation you guys need to have
Oh,
with
do you,
Gimbal?
do you know anything about those dragonborns outside of town?
Dragonborns outside of town. You're talking about that?
The greenies.
Yeah. 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 That is. I have not been out there myself, but of course I've heard all the stories. Heard all the stories from old Teddy over there.
Oh, is that who your drink partner was?
Yeah, that's his nickname anyway.
Teddy.
Does he live here or over there?
Well, he does now.
Oh.
Yeah, he came from that clan, but he left
On good terms?
many years ago.
Good terms?
I think he did not fit in with them. I don't think he's been back since. I don't know what you want to call that, good terms, bad terms. He was ready to be done with them, and they were ready to be done with him.
That's right.
He's doing all right for himself now.
What's he do?
But I gotta be honest, he does about whatever he wants.
That's nice.
Is he looking for hire too?
I think we don't want
you
him to
could
move
not
around.
afford him.
I don't know about that.
What's his specialty?
Look, if you want to bet him, go find him. But we're not hiring a man to fuck shit up in our group.
What's his specialty? What is his...
Ruin our dynamic.
What is his specialty?
Yeah, why can't we afford it? What is...
I tell you what, he's great at making a deal, and he is real good at playing cards. Let me tell you something.
So he knows the art of the deal and can rip people off.
So he's a
Sounds
bullshitter.
Sounds like he'd be a great leader.
Hey now, kicky lady.
No.
Kickopotamus.
Seems like a lot of money for bullshitting. But okay.
He doesn't just spin tails. He can good at playing cards too.
Well, I'm going to bed.
Okay, everybody's heading off to bed.
Finding a tree just outside. Doing my
Yep.
tree just outside.
Sure. Okay.
I don't spend time in a room.
No room. I don't need
No
no
rooms
room.
for me.
So,
please.
So, in the morning, Charlie has kind of a very brief meeting set up where somebody's coming to the tavern and they're just gonna let him know when he can come to Mama's. So, he's, he's sitting at the table and somebody comes to talk to him and they visit for, it's probably not even a minute. And so then Charlie is able to come back to you guys and say, okay, well, I'm supposed to be heading over to Mama's place around 1 o'clock today.
Perfect. We'll be there.
So yeah, it's about 9 a.m. now. You guys would have some time before that if there's something that you want to do in town.
Is there's gotta be like a good weaponsmith or something in town here.
Sure thing. This is a pretty good sized city.
I'm looking to go get more pimp ass short swords because I have my +1s.
Oh, you want to do more than that?
I want to find a better wording.
I want to try. Maybe get one that's like a +9.
So
Not some kind of magical short sword.
So you're gonna ask around, or are you just gonna?
I'm gonna go to the pudgy one up at the bar and be like, "Hey, heard you were quite the warrior at one point in time."
Oh, you're going to talk to Big Goliath?
Yeah.
Well, who told you that? That probably
Quinn?
that
Or what the hell was her name?
Gimbal.
Gimbal.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, Gimbal, she's full of it, that one.
Oh well, yeah. She's attractive. Probably a lot of people
You are not wrong about that.
So I figured since your your history, or at least what I was told, you would know where to find some high-end equipment.
High-end equipment, sure thing. Sure thing. There sure is a place like that in town.
Ooh. How hard is it to get into?
Oh, it's not hard. They'll let anybody in there.
Sweet. Where? Can I go?
You sure can.
Hell yes. Alright, so where is this place?
So he says that the name of the place is. Gotta make sure that you weren't gonna knock everything over. He says the name of the place is. He doesn't tell you the whole name. He sort of intimates that it's got a longer name, but he says it's called Talia's.
Talia's, okay.
And he tells you where it's at in town.
Sweet, that's where we're going.
Okay. So you gotta walk a little ways to get there, but because it's in a little nicer part of town, and so you get there, and it's a nice shop, and you walk in, and there's just this very tall, very slender, it's a lady that looks like she's hardly ever seen a day of trouble or difficulty in her life. She's very, moves very elegantly. She's an elf.
You have a very pleasing look about you, ma'am.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. And as you're looking around, she's just got baubles and trinkets and every kind of thing, weaponry, every kind of thing that you can imagine. That's probably, all of it is magical. All of it is probably, or it's like associated in some way with magic stuff. And she herself, she's got on these super fine robes, and this lady is.
So, I'm looking for a short sword or two with some magical properties. I've got these two, and I'm gonna kind of unholster them a little, or unsheath them a little bit. But I'm looking for an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
I was told you were the gal to talk to.
So she said, she man.
Pull them out, hand them to her.
So you don't hear her say anything, but she kind of, and this other elf looks a lot like her, but is a little shorter, and is, it's a male, but looks alarmingly like her. Comes and takes the swords and takes them over to this counter. He starts doing whatever. And then, after a little while, he comes back and he kind of looks up at her, and you don't hear him say anything. And then she takes them, and then she hands them back to you. And she rattles off exactly what your swords are to you. And says, so you're looking for an upgrade from that?
Yes.
Okay.
What,
So,
what are my swords?
whatever they are. Plus
Plus
ones or
ones,
whatever.
yeah.
So, she says, well, I mean, we have several that would be an upgrade from what you have now. How much of an upgrade are you looking for?
How much money do we have?
I have. Well, we separated it all last time that I remember.
We didn't.
I don't think we have.
We said against it, I think, it's all in
Yeah.
there.
Then I don't know because I think Eli kept track of that.
Eli,
What?
how much money do we have?
A fuck ton.
I
I
need
think
a
we all
number.
have 500 gold pieces and 500 silver pieces, at least, from the last treasure chest.
Well, we have at least 2,500 gold, 500 silver, jewelry, 2,000 gold pieces worth,
We're
and
fucking
3
rich.
amulets that are 20 gold pieces apiece.
I need a number, Eli.
So,
So that's about 500 gold a person.
yeah, so
3,000 gold pieces?
Do we have 3,000 gold pieces?
That's just from the last adventure. I don't know about all the previous
yeah,
ones.
we have. Well,
That's
we have
just
at
from the
least
last
2,500 gold for sure.
And I have 500 in my person, too, so.
I got 500 gold pieces and I'm willing to spend all of them on a sword.
So she,
I got another 500, I'll chip in.
Wow.
Well, now I feel bad about your ship.
That's the point.
That's a point.
so she kind of looks at the two of you.
And I'm looking for a big hammer.
You just gave me all your money.
We got more. Got 500 silver.
I'm just like standing.
So she looks at the two swords and she says, well, if you trade me one of these swords, I can offer you another one that is an improvement upon this one for 1,200 gold.
We got 1,200 gold, let's just do it.
Here, 1 second. I'm just trying to.
Deal.
They're gonna
Can
ask
we
how
look
much-
at it first?
How much
If
would
it's
it
an
go
upgrade, I'm in.
Um,
So she says, would you like to see it?
I would love to see it.
Okay.
It's not just a cosmetic upgrade, correct?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
So she looks back and another elf comes out. Again, looks a lot like her. This one is not the same one that came out before, though. This is a girl.
Is everybody in this store just so majestic? I don't understand.
Oh, they really are. This one's a girl, and she kind of does the same thing.
This staff is very regal.
You don't hear her say anything, and then she heads off kind of toward the back end of the shop, and she's back there for a little while, and she comes back out, and she's got this.
He's
She's-
back there.
Dance from the.
She's carrying this sword in a scabbard, and she sets it down on this table that's there, and kind of gently pulls out of its sheath. So it's very, very, very ornate and finely crafted, and it is so etched in the steel is what looks like it looks like a representation of a lightning bolt.
Fancy.
And it's like the way that it's etched in the sword, it looks like it kind of looks like it curls around the sword, but it doesn't impact the blades. So it's just very ornate.
That is an absolutely freaking beautiful sword. What does it do? I mean, I don't want to assume. Does it shoot fire?
No. So she explains to you that the weapon is, so it's effectively the same as you had, but now it's a +2 instead of a +1.
Nice.
And it's when you deal damage with it, it will add a D4 of lightning damage.
That's the lightning bolt.
Boom.
But it only the weapon itself only has 10 charges of that per day.
Okay.
Oh,
So you have to, like, a day cycle has to go by. It doesn't care about your long rests. It cares about a new
Daytime.
day,
Okay.
and it will replenish the charges.
does this sword have a name?
So it does have.
Captain Lightning.
It does have a secondary ability to it besides that. So once a week, you can essentially call a lightning bolt.
Ooh.
It's totally worth it.
So,
So just subtract
And I think
100
there's
from our gold count.
I think that there's is there or is there not a lightning bolt spell?
There it is.
So yeah, you can effectively call a lightning bolt spell, and it's like the lowest level of that spell.
Yeah.
But once a week, you can call a lightning bolt.
That's
so
awesome.
I updated our gold and silver coinage, like for the group. We have 3,420 gold and 500 silver from what I had written down.
Do you have any big warhammers for sale?
And that's after paying for
We
your sword.
certainly have warhammers.
Nice.
What's the best you got?
The best we got.
I'm gonna start,
The-
start
the-
undoing my pants because this is going to be expensive.
the best we got. It would cost you.
Your life.
It would cost you 200,000 gold.
Oh.
We don't got that much. What's the next
I mean, we
best?
do have a line of credit from Matt.
Oh.
Can we write a message to Max?
You wanna message him?
Alright, we're talking same price as his sword. What do you got in that range? Plus, give or take 1,000 gold.
So you want something for 1,200 gold?
Give or take a few hundred gold.
Did you run that by the whole party?
Yeah, you guys are spending a lot of our money without asking.
What do you have?
Stuff that would cost more than that. Unless you're going to trade in a magical weapon like he did.
Just have a regular warrior.
I mean, you gotta run this. You gave me your money. You gotta run this by the rest of the group because now you're spending their money.
No, we spent the group money. It was determined.
I definitely spent my 500 gold pieces on that, and yours.
That was 3,400 after she took 12 inches out of the group.
So we sold 500 each,
Yep.
400 each.
Okay, what's the cheapest you got?
Cheapest, the least expensive magical warhammer.
Yep.
It would cost. I mean, by itself with no trade in, it would cost you 3,000.
Team, can we buy me a fancy Warhammer?
That's the
I
cheapest Warhammer for all of our gold, though.
I mean, I'm chipping my 500, your 500.
I'd just like to point out that I don't have any magical weapons yet either, so I'm kind of like standing with you guys, and I'm like looking at all of the stuff too.
Am I the only one that got the pluses, the magical weapons
Yeah.
from that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any magical attacks, so that's why I couldn't do anything in the last round. 'Cause I didn't.
Well,
have
I
any-
thank you very much, and maybe we'll see you when we come back to town, because I don't think, just let's go, let's not miss this idea.
I'm good, yeah, we can go.
I appreciate your business.
Thank you.
I have about 570-ish gold, and I was gonna see if I could get like a +1, like, sword basically. And I don't know if that
She
would
said
be
it's
near.
3,000 gold pieces.
It's not. Magical weapons are expensive.
Okay, so what would a +1 cost?
Just a basic +1 sword.
Mm-hmm.
Like with no other trade-ins or anything and just straight gold, it'd be like 2,000 gold.
Jesus.
Just call me Kyle.
What about a new light crossbow? Do they sell those here?
I think everything here is magical from the vibe I'm
Yeah,
getting.
never mind.
I just did a vibe check and it all vibed out to be magical.
Inexpensive. Oh, we got you a new fancy sword. I'm happy about that.
Well,
Don't lose it.
Please lose it.
I don't lose my weapons.
You took away something special from me. I'm gonna take away something special from you.
This is mine now. I'm the captain of it now.
okay.
Out the door. Let's go find our tiefling friend.
Are we leaving? What? We're supposed to be leaving for our adventure today.
Mm-hmm.
Who's paying the 50 gold a day tour?
And I'll pass on the magical weapons then.
Okay.
I'll
We'll
just-
find you one, don't worry, Ranger Lady.
Oh boy.
Can we? What time like is it now? We're supposed to be leaving.
Yeah, let's go find our tiefling friend and
I mean, that probably took until 10 o'clock.
Okay, so it's about a day and a half from here, as far as we know.
let's go find
Well,
Jilly.
are we meeting with?
Oh, that's
Charlie's meeting with Mama at 1
What time?
o'clock.
Yeah,
Oh, we have to
we need
wait.
to be around for that.
Okay.
Should I like hide in his pocket in something if he has to go on alone?
Does he have to go into like? Do we know the details
You
of
don't
it?
know.
Cause I could.
He doesn't
I
tell
mean,
us
I would
that, or-
just,
You just don't know.
I don't think
Like,
we should
how about we ask
surprise Mama with anything. I think we should just go with him, and then it's either he goes in with us or he doesn't go in at all.
Sure.
I mean, you can even find this guy here.
Girls.
In his
I mean,
pocket.
yeah, you could. I'm just saying. I don't know
In
that we
his
should.
hair.
I don't know if we should surprise Mama because.
I'm not gonna like just if anything goes down.
How about we find our new friend
have a
and ask
druid
her?
friend in your
Let's
pocket.
find her and ask her if surprising or not, like, because we're tasked with protecting this guy.
That'll be the new service in the future. Do it in your pocket.
Sure, I mean, Gimbal is around. She's,
So I'd like to ask her what's the best avenue for us, because he's meeting with her. Would she let us in there with him, or?
well, she'll let somebody, I mean, that's normal for people to travel with escorts and things like that, but she's not gonna let this whole group in there.
So you and the druid will go.
I'm the Kiki, so yeah.
I'll just be in the pocket.
Well,
So if I'm in the pocket, somebody else can go in with.
what if she has like detect magic stuff or detect creatures or whatever?
Checking lightning bolt.
So I'm gonna ask
Oh,
our
awesome,
new
that's
friend
sorry.
if she should hide in the pocket or if she should just walk in with me. Because she can be different things.
I mean, if she makes them get naked, are you prepared to go into his prison pocket?
I can hide in his hair as a little spider.
What does our friend say about that?
I think you should be straightforward with Mama.
Okay,
No hiding.
we can just go in together, I mean.
Who's the muscle? You?
I hip up first.
Well, she is like a,
I have a meat shield. I
That's
can meat
true.
shield
So
myself.
Gimbal is gonna go with you,
Yeah, we should just send you and Gimbal in.
but Gimbal's not gonna go in to meet.
Okay.
She'll go with and be there, but
Can't two
she's not
people-
gonna go into the meeting.
can two people go in?
Well, I don't think we're gonna know that till we get there.
Charlie, does Gimbal go?
I couldn't tell you for sure who she'll let in. She'll let you all into her house, but she's not gonna let you all into the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, we all go and whoever can help go in.
Alright.
Oh, why do they call her Mama?
I don't know. It's just a nickname she's had for a while.
Why Wolf?
Well, her
You
last
and your
name.
questions.
Her last name. It's kind of
Does
a
she
play
pee?
on her name.
Does she pee standing up?
Is her last name Wolf?
Her last name is Wolfgar.
Okay. Okay. And what kind of a creature is she?
Oh, she's like you.
What's her sign?
Is she human?
Yeah.
Is she Pisces?
She's human. Did you know this information, Kitty Cat?
Nope. I didn't think
No,
it
you
mattered.
do.
Well,
It does matter.
you got me, Punch Girl.
I haven't gotten
I
you
think
yet,
you
but I
should start
can if I
jumping
want
through
to.
walls and going, oh yeah!
I can get you if I want to.
Oh yeah!
So we're just gonna wait until a little before the meeting and then
Yeah, let's-
head over there.
Grant, let's get to know our new companion,
Okay.
Ginny Gilly.
Gimbal?
Gimbal.
It's a weird name.
Just call her Gimp.
Nope.
Nope.
She could quash your head with her thighs. I'm not calling her Gimp.
She's got a weird name. Okay. What are we doing?
Just waiting and going.
Yep.
Waiting?
So about how many hours until we go to the meeting, or? at
Well, I
least
mean, we'll
times?
probably leave. Probably leave about 12:30 to walk out there, and then they'll let us in. So we got a couple hours.
We'll go take a cat nap.
Is there any woods nearby, or like?
Not that you could get to and back in that amount of time.
Ah, okay.
I mean, there's swamp.
Do you have Swamp Walk?
No.
Swampy.
So, I mean, if you count that as a woods, it's swampy.
I was just gonna joke about going to find something cool and bringing it back for the druid. Like a cool rock or something.
Our druid's fine.
So we're waiting, and we're heading over.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys, wait till about 12:30, and then you head over there. And so she's got this. I mean, if there's such a thing as like a gated mansion,
That's what it is.
that's basically what it is. And it's like, I mean, when you come to it, like, it's strange to say that it looks like it's pretty extravagant, but it is. A lot of the decorations and a lot of the like craftsmanship of different things around it are just like kind of weird. Not bad weird, but
Different.
just very different. Yeah. Yeah. So stuff that you just don't normally see other places. And she's got these like exotic flowers growing in this little garden out front, and
I'm gonna go
they're
No, she's straight out like, what are you, little bunnies?
yeah, I mean she's got these like just
No, she's gonna go up and speak to plants. She taking care of you? You happy here?
oh yeah, they're And they
Maybe
and
she's not better at all. We
and
don't
she's so as you come up to the gate, there are these two guys standing out there, and I mean, it's a little weird. They are very like their garb, you can tell, is very fine. They're very finely dressed, but they have piercings and tattoos and you know, and their style of their clothes are just you haven't really seen this kind of dress, even though it's really nice and well crafted. But these guys, it's like, what? I mean, what is going on?
I'm gonna whisper to the group, you know, if they were meant to have those holes in them, God would have put them there.
Can they tattoo me like
Doesn't
that?
look like they like to get their hands
So
dirty
Charlie
in that.
is kind of, he's like preparing to introduce himself, and you can see them take stock of the group that's coming up, but they are fixated on Gimbal. Like,
Good or bad kind.
she kind of says, she's like, well, I know these two.
Should we fuck around, or are we gonna find out?
You know, they're just out there doing their job.
They're nice fellas,
Nice sponsors.
Oh, sure.
as long as we don't piss them off.
So you get up to the door or up to the gate, and Charlie is kind of starts stating his business, and one of them is just staring at Gimbal. The other one is listening to Charlie. Here's his little introduction, and then says, "Yeah, we're expecting you. Where'd you find this one?"
Which one?
He's pointing right at Gimbal. Guys, this is probably a bad idea.
We're drinking together.
And so Gimbal says to him, like,
Oh, Converse.
"Oh, I just here along my friends, they're paying me real well." And so the guys kind of look at her and they're like, "Are they now? Well, glad to see you're still making money." And so they open up the gates and they walk the group up to the house, and at the door there's another couple. There's like a dark elf there, and
You're like the second draw I've ever seen in my life.
there's another tiefling there, but this one is not as big.
Not a sex.
No, this one is
Like,
like
is that like your little brother there?
the one that's by the door is blue. It's not the same color as her.
I think that one's cold.
So, and they kind of go through the same thing with, like, they're all just eyeballing Gimbal and
You know, Gimbal, you probably don't have sex for a week after the fucking you're getting right now.
Yeah.
So they let you come into the house, and when you get in there, there's this guy standing there, and like he's waiting for you. And this guy he's dressed like you would imagine a wealthy politician, like for the equivalent of a suit, right? I mean, he's just got this very fine garb on. He's kind of a middle-aged guy. He's like,
Looks like somebody went and rescued what's his face out of the zombie apocalypse.
yeah, he does not fit in with these people at all. But he's like very clean cut and just so you come in and you see him and he says, "Oh, Mr. Wyndam, welcome. I see brought a group along with you?
Definitely gonna start calling him Mr. Wyndam from now on.
And so Charlie kind of introduces himself, and the guy says, "Oh, I'm Clarence, and I will be taking you to see Ms. Wolf." And he says Ms. and does not use her last name. Uses her nickname, but doesn't call her Mama. It's the only time you've ever heard anyone say that.
Okay.
It's a peculiar way of
Very,
referring
very,
to it.
very proper, looks like.
Well,
Peculiar.
And as you get in there, like, you can see there are more people around. There's a couple different rooms, and you can see. So, as you walk down this hallway, you probably see a dozen other people doing this or that in different rooms, whatever. And
Looking at all of them.
he gets to this. So there's this door, this big double door in front of you, and off to the side there's this other room, and not a room. It's like a, I don't know. You'd imagine it almost like an area to wait, kind of outside of this big room.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a guy standing like this. It's not a huge. I wouldn't say huge. Like a pretty big half orc. And this is another one. Like, this guy he fits in with the other ones really well. He's very, like, I don't know, like oddly dressed and just, but doesn't say anything.
It's quite a hodgepodge of people they have
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. He's just standing by the door. You can see he's armed to the teeth and the whole thing. And so Clarence says, "Well, Mama will," and he looks at Gimbal and says, "You will wait." And then he says, "Mama will allow for 3 of you to accompany Mr. Wyndam."
Three should go. Well,
You two for sure. And I guess the talker of the group, in case
I'll stay
Mr.
back.
Wyndam fails.
alright, that was Happy Tone.
I'll keep my mouth shut, don't worry.
that never happens.
I'm gonna stay with Gimbal.
It's impossible.
You guys protect the tiefling and we'll go protect
Protect the tiefling, okay.
Kurt.
She'll protect my
Right, Kurt?
little person.
Oh, Clarence?
No, the kid,
Oh, Charlie Wyndam.
we should
Okay.
change it to Kurt.
Okay. So the 3 of you are gonna go in there?
Yeah.
Alright.
As we walk in the door, I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on Charlie for Charisma.
Oh, what is
This is
that?
the next hour he has advantage on Charisma.
Sure.
Abilities, based
And I'm gonna be
abilities
right
checks.
behind him, so wherever he goes, I go.
Sure.
Like a bodyguard.
Sure.
I'm just walking in cash.
Okay.
I ain't worried.
So, you guys walk in, they open the doors, and you walk in, and at the back, so you go in there, and at the back of this room is, I mean, it would be a little much to call it a throne, but it is sort of like she's got this seating arrangement that's on this kind of elevated platform. So it's like she's got this chair, and then there's this other chair kind of in this corner, and then across from her is what would be the equivalent of, like, I don't know, like this big, it's not a sofa, but it's like a big cushioned seating area.
Like a half circle kind of.
Kinda, yeah. And so it's kind of across from her, and it looks very comfortable, but you can tell that this is her, like, like her spot sits a step up from where the thing is, like, and it's a small little step. It's like this, but it's like she's doing it to send a message to the people that she's talking
Is
with.
she in there, her chair?
So she's standing at the edge of this little platform, and she's looking out, and she is, so this woman is, I mean, she's kind of middle-aged, you know, she's got this jet black hair, and she's got some, like, beads in it, and she's wearing these, like, she's probably got, like, a dozen necklaces on, and she's got, like, 6 or 7 different rings on her fingers, and she's got these, like, I mean, you can tell that they are ornate earrings, but they're not shiny or sparkly. They're like a dark colored something or other.
Ah.
So a really different type of fashion sense with this one. I mean, and she's kind of, I don't know, she's not very big. She's like a little smaller maybe than medium size. But when she is looking at you as you're coming up, like, she's just, like, if you look at someone and feel like this is a person who just commands respect from other people, this lady just has an aura about her that says that she commands respect.
Is there anybody else in the room with her?
Yes, she's got, so there's this dark elf that's up on this chair that's kind of by her, and then there are these 2 other guys that are standing kind of at the bottom of this little platform. One of them is just this, like, pretty big burly human, and then the other one is quite a bit smaller, but that one bears a little bit of a resemblance to her.
The human, huh?
Yeah, the smaller one.
Might be a family member.
And then closer to the door, like right as you come in, there is so there's a table over here to your right as you're coming in, and there's another guy sitting at it. He looks like he's kind of working on something, like he's got some parchment and things like that there, but he doesn't even really pay any attention to you when he comes in. This is another kind of middle-aged guy. You know, he's just sitting there kind of working on some stuff. You don't have any idea what. So that's who else is in the room when you come in.
If I do the goggles of true sight, do I see anything different? Just quick look around the room.
Oh, as you're looking around, no.
Okay.
No, you don't, there's no, like, illusion at work or anything like that, so, yeah. So that's who's in the room.
Just gonna hang back and let,
And so, yeah, and so you guys, so Mama kind of comes down a little bit and she says, Mr. Wyndam, welcome. So glad that you could make it. And to your friends who have come along as well, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Old Brunswick. Please, join me if you will.
sit right next to Charlie, as we're sitting down.
And so then you can kind of see like this dark elf that's sitting he's kind of in this chair that's off to the side of where she's at. He's sitting there and he's kind of, he's just intently watching everybody, but he's not really moving around. So yeah, you guys go and you sit on the chairs, or in the,
Couch thing.
on the little couch thing. So she starts, to kind of, without going into a tremendous amount of detail, she starts talking to Charlie, and they're discussing like ownership of a property in Old Brunswick. And it's a property that at one time belonged to this family that had owned it for several generations, and within the last year, the matriarch of the family was kind of the last one running the building, and she passed away. And so Mama, what should we say, inherited this building and the business and everything they had and all this stuff. And so Charlie is having a negotiation about wanting to purchase the business on the behalf of the Wyndam estate and all of these different things. So
How good is Charlie at negotiating? He has the.
he's extraordinarily good at this.
He was born and bred for it.
I feel like I
So this conversation is ongoing. Okay?
What?
All right. So after they go, I'm going to cut to you guys that are outside for a second. So they go in, right? And you see Clarence. He escorts them in there, and then after they're in there for just a brief moment, then he comes back out and they shut the doors again, and he heads off down the hall. And then, they're in there for a couple minutes, and you see Clarence come walking back down the hallway, and this time he's got somebody else with him. And you did not see this person when you first came in there, but there is this is another Dragonborn. This is not a green Dragonborn. This is a white Dragonborn. By comparison to other Dragonborn, this one is huge.
Makes you look tiny.
I hate this thing.
So, he's coming down the hallway with him. And why don't you guys can make perception checks if you're paying attention to them.
That's a 20.
Nat
Natural
20.
20.
A nat 20.
That's only the second time I rolled the dice 3.
Okay.
I mean, with the +7, so it would be 27.
So
a glimpse that this Dragonborn is holding something to Clarence's back. Probably a weapon.
Ooh, it's been interesting.
Not for us.
So are they still up the hall? Do they come by? So what's the situation at right now?
They are like, oh, maybe between 30 and 40 feet away from where you are down the hall.
I'm gonna nudge Gimbal and say, the Dragonborn's got something to Clarence's back. I'm not gonna point, I'm just gonna nudge him.
So Gimbal like takes one look over there and says, "Oh shit."
Wait, what's
Not
oh
a
shit?
problem
What's
for
oh
us.
shit?
So they definitely she is. You have no idea what this Dragonborn's actual name is. She just calls him Whitey, but for somewhat obvious reasons. But she refers to him as Whitey and says, "If he's here, nothing good's coming."
Can we take him?
I don't know. How lucky do you feel?
Oh, there's 3 of us.
Yeah, and your fighters are in the other room.
We can get our friends from the other room.
So,
Or we can be heroes.
okay, so you have to make kind of a quick decision if you want to do something or if you want to just wait.
Let's take Whitey out.
We shouldn't just start attacking. We should just kind of see where things go.
Fucking cleric.
I think we should catch him off guard when we can.
What is he doing? Just holding like something to
Well, if you want to do something, or, I mean, the choice between do something and wait is right now. If you don't do something right now, then you're waiting and then he's coming.
Here, flip a coin.
Okay, so
Oh,
flip a D2.
I have my bad D2
full person won't work on a Dragonborn, will it?
because
Yeah, it'll work.
Here, flip a coin.
they weren't doing anything overly suspicious, right? Or
Don't be suspicious.
I mean,
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah.
if they're not like necessarily doing anything wrong, let's just wait it out and watch.
He's got a sword to the back of Clarence.
Well,
Are you saying that out loud?
Clarence?
Are they within earshot?
They're like 30 feet away.
Or
And I'm sure that he's
wait,
got a sword, right?
Clarence? Or
You can't tell for sure if it's a sword, but it looks like there's a weapon to Clarence's back.
Probably not a gun.
All right, I'll try to cast hold person on the Whitey. It just says they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
So they have to make a wisdom saving throw? Is there like a limitation on?
What's your spell save DC?
It says wisdom 15 for the save. We're gonna die.
frick.
I'm hiding behind now that shit goes down. Gonna build Mama a coffin. Come on, none of you've got that far in old gods yet. On our way up north, I was like, hey, let's listen to old gods, and I turned it on because she wanted to listen to it. She's like, I don't want to listen to this.
No, when I'm
Just make
driving,
an
talking
exception.
to you. I like to listen when I'm driving alone.
Okay, what's your spell save DC?
It says on here that 15 is the save. I don't know where. I'll say what time that is.
Okay,
Your spell save.
so you're casting that, and they have to make a wisdom save.
Yep.
Okay.
Did he stop?
Nope.
Fuck!
And now you cast this hostile
And you. Let me see. What is the hold person spell? Is it? Do you have to? The question is, how obvious is it going to be that you're doing that? you try to cast that spell on Whitey, and it fails. And he immediately looks at you, and now, instead of holding this weapon, like, this blade comes up, and now it's at Clarence's throat.
Fuck.
And is like, time to stop.
Okay.
And so immediately after that happens, there's a room that they just passed, and these two other guys come walking out of that room, and they are both like,
Sharp looking dudes that looks like a politician.
they're kind of dressed in like these, I don't know, like they're trying to hide in the shadows. And then one of them is wiping something off of a blade.
Oh fuck. How close am I to the door with all these? With our.
So they came out kind of right behind Whitey. So they're all about. I mean, they're like 20-ish feet away from you. And
Like how far am I away from the door that they all went into when they went into that room?
You're about like, so they're about 20 feet away from you, and you're like 15 feet away from the door.
The door that they all went into?
Yes.
Well, I'm just gonna turn around and try and go in there.
You're running?
Okay. So you're gonna make a run for the door.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Human shield. Human
shield. What?
I'm gonna go tell them what the fuck's going on. I don't know what to do with this situation.
I look to Gimbal to see like what she's thinking, and then I look to Gwen and I'm like,
Gwen is running to the
Already
door.
gone.
oh, Gwen is already gone. Oh shit.
Yeah. I like her odds with that. Period.
I guess dive towards where, or like start running towards the door that the bad guy went to, I guess.
That what guy went to?
The White Dragonborn.
He didn't go to a door. He's walking down the hallway.
Shoot.
Actually, cancellations? Really?
Because I could pull out my bow and just do a thing, but then he could just whip around and meat shield, so that wouldn't be good.
Would not be good.
I have some spells. Let me see if anything would do that. I don't know. What's Gimbal gonna do? And then I'll kind of go based off of that. Because I don't want to just charge at them like just me. Because that'd be a very bad idea.
Gimbal is also going to the door.
Okay. Then I'll just go with Gwen. Like run right behind Gwen.
Okay. So, you guys turn and you head toward the door. The big half-orc that's standing there steps in front of the door.
Fuck.
Do we hear any of the commotion from inside the room?
No one has done anything yet.
I mean, I don't know that I would be listening for it, so.
Do I have time to do something else? Now that the half-orc is there?
I guess I wouldn't know what my passive would be.
Yeah, unless there nothing has happened yet that would like
Yeah.
attract your attention.
So do I have an action name?
Except for Gwen's and stuff.
So if you're gonna take an action, we're now gonna go to initiative.
Are I just want to do a cantrip and yell really loudly with it.
Okay, so we're going to initiative is what you're saying.
Yep.
Alright.
Showtime.
It's not as bad as I sometimes roll.
What'd you get?
12. That's not good.
What?
9.
Okay.
Just a heads up, I don't know how late I can stay.
Okay.
So,
Just let us know when you have to leave.
Okay.
Yep, shit on me.
Gimbal is on 18 for hers. The bads are on 19.
Fuck.
So who is this faster dex out of Gwen and the Bads?
Gwen, what is your dex, Gwen?
Bad.
11.
11. The bads.
Big tanky white dragonborn has a better dex than the small, less tanky dragonborn.
So the bads are first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I thought the gimbal was on 19.
She was on 18.
Gimbal's on 18.
Why am I ahead of gimbal? I have 12.
I thought you said 19.
He said 19.
Whatever. It's fine. Sorry. Not sorry, actually. I'm not sorry. That was a simple misunderstanding.
We were fighting, yes!
We're not.
Please tell me they were fighting so I can come out and fight.
I mean, I'm gonna hopefully yell really loudly so you guys can.
Mark, please let Anastasia fight, because if we get home, she's gonna punch me and pretend it's
I have to fight somebody. I mean, so what happened? You didn't make it to the door?
Half orc stepped in front of the door.
It's weird, charging the door with the lady in it made somebody stop and or step in front of it and defend the door.
Did they not see somebody being like,
It's not. We're not there, so it doesn't matter what.
so who are you fighting?
Shh, just let it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious what's happening.
You haven't missed
We
anything.
don't know yet.
Oh, I haven't missed anything.
So, the bads. So you have a dagger come whizzing right by your head, and it thunks into the wall right by the door.
Oh,
You definitely heard that.
Did my spidey senses catch that one?
AC 24.
Fuck, mine's 19.
Damn.
Right.
That's not a good sound. Well, you fucking attacked him.
just
Okay,
call-
so
call
you
my name,
have
I'll
it.
come to
You have another dagger comes whizzing and it hits you like it finds a spot between your armor. 20 damage.
What? What? Who's throwing the dagger?
One of the guys in black.
So one of the guys with the dragonborn?
Huh?
With the dragonborn or one of the security guys?
One of the guys that came out with the dragonborn.
Yell my name.
Okay. The dragonborn tosses Clarence and comes lunging and lunges at Gimbal.
Oh.
Hits.
He's like, "Fixin' to fuck ya."
Okay. Yeah. Gimbal.
Ranger danger.
Just like how we met, you guys didn't have to save me again.
I wonder if I would hear you yelling or not.
Probably.
We probably probably haven't had time to respond to it, even if we did hear it though.
Yeah, probably, yeah, for sure. How many hit points do you have?
I'm half dead.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're also half alive, so.
Okay.
Glass half full.
Uh,
Could be worse. It could be dead.
Could be.
half orc.
Attacking you.
As well? Oh my god.
AC 18.
Oh, I'm 19. Oh, I'm good there.
You're like,
The half orc takes a big cut at you too.
And I'm just
misses.
like,
Yeah.
because of getting hit, I stewed like that and it goes.
Yeah, just barely misses you. All right, the bads have gone.
can I hear him yelling or no? Behind the door.
You can hear. I mean, the passive perception can hear some commotion now in the hallway. A couple of the people that are in the room that are closer to the door recognize that something's going on, and
Are they doing anything?
yeah, they're drawing weapons and going toward the door.
Then I'll
Did I hear-
Heidi ho up with them.
Did I hear my name from him or no? Because he was yelling my name.
Did you yell
Oh, yeah.
Arya's name?
Sure did. I just screamed like a little girl.
If Gwen screamed, then you can hear her
Okay.
yell.
I'm gonna look at Kyle and say, stay with him, and I'm gonna,
Kyle who?
well, Mittens.
I think Kyle's at the Wyndam Estates.
Yeah,
So.
he is, Mittens.
Stay with who?
Charlie,
Why? Where are you going?
stay here.
Can't you hear them?
That's not our problem. Just
When
stay
is-
here.
So I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Same.
Who's next? You guys will get in next round.
Gwen. Well,
So-
did Gimble go already? It's Gimble's turn.
Gimble's turn. Sweet
Gamble.
Jeebus.
Have
Let's
to
see
make a
what
bright red
Gimble's
one for
gonna do.
Gimble.
If Gimble stays around for like 5 more sessions.
Yeah. What's the kind
Yeah,
of-
Gimble's gonna pull out her
Just if ever use
great
pineapple.
sword.
Remember how we had
And
the
she
pineapple
is
board?
gonna
What's the
hack
word?
the fuck out of this dragonborn that attacked her. And that is her thing. Okay, yeah, she missed the dragonborn. So.
Oh, she went at the dragon ward now.
Well, the dragonborn was right there attacking her.
Oh. That was my turn.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna do Shield of Faith on myself, so I get a +2 to my AC.
Is that an action?
Yeah, and then that's a bonus action.
Okay.
So that'll give me +2. And then let's just cast Guiding Bolt on the fucking Dragonborn.
You're fighting your own kind.
Just use your breath weapon on him.
How close am I to him?
Within 80 feet.
6s. That's pretty good.
So why is who is by the door? Why is he not fighting the attacker?
Because you like charge the door.
There's a half orc at the door.
Or half orc? Why is he not fighting? That's weird.
I mean, he's resistant to that, so.
Maybe he
Yeah,
is
so I'm not gonna do
part
that. That
of
way
it.
he's resistant to that. So I'll just do Guiding Bolt and try and fuck him up that way. So I think that's a 24. That's a 24
24 what?
to hit.
With
Guiding Bolt.
on.
The Dragonborn.
Okay, that hits.
So now we can hear him feel like a mimosa, mimosa!
I need a bunch of D60s now.
You want some?
Here's 3.
Okay, so.
And this is just it happens, or there's a save, or what?
I hit them, so now they take 66 damage. So
Alright, over here, Eli. Here. Do it in the thing. Do it in the boot.
In the thing.
Jesus Christ.
10, 15, 21.
21? Alright. Yeah. The Dragonborn.
And the next attack on him has advantage too.
Cool. Yeah, the Dragonborn gets hit by your energy bolt, and it just sizzles them pretty good. Lets out a little dragon roar.
He crisps up a little bit.
Alright.
Deep
Who
fried
else?
potatoes.
Who's next?
And he's like shining a little bit
That
too.
was fun.
Yeah.
Come up. Yeah.
So how far away from my head was the dagger toss? The first one, if Gwen, I was right behind Gwen that time, so
Pretty close.
okay. I'm gonna whip around, grab the dagger out of the wall, and like whip it back at the white dragonborn.
Okay.
Nice.
What is your...
Pro.
I mean, I mean, throwing a dagger is, if you're proficient with it, which I'm sure you are, then it's just like it's a ranged attack, so.
It says here that it's a D4 plus 6 for like melee weapon.
It's probably the same. Well, it's D4, and then the other bonus is like it'd be like your arrows, except for a dagger, I think, is only a D4.
Yeah, so, because my longbow is a D8 plus 4.
So this would be a
So-
D4 plus 4.
Okay, D4 plus 4.
For damage, anyway.
Okay.
Like, you still have to hit.
Yeah. Alright.
And it uses the same to hit as your bow.
Natty 20.
Nat 20 to hit.
Okay. So then you will roll your damage and double it.
So 2d4. And then plus 4, right?
Just roll the D4 plus 4 and then double that damage.
Okay. 6 then? Yeah, because that's 2 plus 4 would be 6.
So 12.
And then, oh,
Fucked him with the dagger. Now run up and twist it.
because like I just see it whiz back by my head. I'm like,
Yeah, you grab the dagger and you throw it at that white dragonborn. Well, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you said you rolled an that 20.
yeah. And then I have 2 attacks, so if there's another thing I can do. After
Well,
that.
okay. I mean, you would have 2 attacks if you were using the same weapon. I mean, if you're
Okay.
gonna switch to another, if you're gonna run over, grab the dagger, throw it, and then try to switch to another weapon, are you gonna throw another dagger?
No, I'll just call that then
Okay.
my action.
Okay.
You can run.
And then I don't know where I would move. I would just probably just be kind of by the wall where the dagger hit into the wall,
Sure.
and I'd just kind of stay there and ready my short sword, I guess.
Stick
Okay.
your tongue out at the dragonborn.
Basically.
Okay. Who is next?
Are we
That's
running out the
it.
door
Back
yet?
up to the top.
Okay, so now you guys can get into the initiative order.
You're in. You're staying with Charlie.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but you guys are opening the door.
Oh,
What'd you get?
I got a really bad thing.
I'm 18.
5. So probably the bottom.
I'm guessing you're quicker than Kimball.
My dex is 20, so I would.
Also, you are riding out? You're not staying
No,
with
I'm
Charlie?
staying.
We're gonna put
What's your dex?
the other NPCs, because there's 2 more guys from inside the room.
Mhm.
We're gonna put them on gimbals so that all the NPCs are together.
And mittens.
So not mittens first.
What was your initiative roll?
18.
Kimball rolled a 19.
I thought Kimball rolled an 18.
Not Kimball's on 19.
The bads are on 19, gimbals on 18.
Oh.
God, Eli, stop.
He's one to let him be.
We're gonna
Hilarious.
call those other two NPCs Gary and Larry.
Okay,
The
what's
Airy
bad guy's
brothers.
turn?
The Bads.
Yeah, we're gonna open the door to a dead dragonborn, and it's not gonna be the white one.
Alright.
You're just gonna see me.
So Whitey's gonna take a shot at Gimbal. Hits.
Gimbal is a fuckode.
I'll have the
Green
mayor.
is really pretty. Oops. I feel like green is really pretty. That's the
I
one.
should have went and hired Mick.
Miss Mick.
No, Mr. Mick.
Miss me some
I have to
Mick.
check something here on Gimbal.
How dead is he? She. It. Shit.
Wait,
Them, they, him, he.
I can't believe I rolled a 2 on my initiative. A 2. Ugh,
It's really bad.
really bad. I'm so excited to fight. Hopefully it'll be somebody else to fight by the time it's my turn.
Somebody else to fight? They haven't done anything to anybody in the hall. Well, she
Well,
did
no, I
12.
mean hopefully that you guys don't kill them before
I mean,
I get to it. I really wanna fight.
Well, there's 3 of them.
dagger in his side.
Dragonborn's just gushing blood. Our Dragonborn.
I mean, the one dragonborn, the white dragonborn, he isn't doing bad, but he isn't necessarily great. He has a dagger in his side.
Yeah, but he's big. He probably doesn't even know. Probably thinks
Okay.
it's a mosquito bite.
So
That Gimbal got a little excited.
when the white dragonborn chopped Gimbal this time,
Her head popped off.
No.
Kyle! I mean mittens.
Let's save the 50 gold pieces.
Awful.
Another 50 in drinks.
I just said,
Don't worry, here, set it here.
no, it's fine.
Oh, there we go.
okay. So she gets chopped by this dragonborn sword, and immediately upon doing that, she points at him and says some. You don't. I mean, unless any of you speak
Hellish
infernal,
rebuke.
she's like.
Mark, you speak infernal without even an accent.
Oh, nice.
And this fire all of a sudden engulfs this dragonborn like.
Yes.
He just got
Nice.
hellish. He got hellish rebuked,
And
right?
He
That's
dead
the.
yet?
oh, but he got fucked by that.
Is he white still? Is he not white anymore?
He was on fire for
Did-
a
did
little bit.
poop
He was
fall out of his
wreathed.
butt?
He's
He
down
was-
to Trump level 10 now.
He was wreathed in flame when that happened.
No poop fell out of his butt.
Okay.
I love hellish rebuke so much. It's such a great spell.
Oh yeah.
He was thinking it.
Alright, so then when it gets to her turn, she takes one hand off the sword and she says some words, and she's pointing in the direction of this dragonborn and the 2 guys that are kind of standing a little behind. And this massive burst of flame comes launching out from her hand and just absolutely engulfs all 3 of them.
Oh, fireball!
This is wonderful.
Okay.
It's a good idea to hire her.
Mittens is full of good ideas, and if Mittens doesn't have to fight,
Yeah,
even
I thought
better.
it too.
Okay, why don't you go back to your ship?
Wow, well, Captain Solomon.
You have one in your pocket.
I will.
My captain, my captain.
Oh, Captain.
You'll fuck.
She rolled 4 6s out of her 8d6.
Oh.
But they all saved, unfortunately.
But don't they still take half damage?
Yes, they do.
That's still good.
She's mad.
Did we skip Mitten's turn, or that was just?
No.
She had a hellish rebuke,
Okay.
and now she's fireballing them.
Oh, okay.
Mittens isn't doing anything anyway, so it doesn't
Which
matter.
one's she?
Oh, I didn't know it was her turn.
Clarence got a little singed.
Pubes
Which
a
one
little
is
burnt.
She's white.
Okay.
Who's red?
The
Bad.
beds.
That's such a
All
pretty
right.
one for the babs. Pretty.
And then
That's the other
you
one.
notice her
It's more of a bad
like kind of do this move,
Yeah,
and she like
Darker.
breathes some life back into
Scurry.
herself,
Her skirt, okay. Skirt.
and you're like, what in the world?
Tidy.
Oh my god, that was fucking awesome.
Who's doing that?
She does something called
The red
second
skin.
wind.
Oh, she's a warlock fighter.
Yeah.
Second wind is fucking no way.
And she rolled a 10 on her d10. So she got a fuckload of hit points back.
I kind of can see what she
So
was typing.
I'm gonna use one of my psionic points for psionic whispers or psychic whispers and target these two so that we can all talk to each other psychically.
Is it your turn?
I go right after she does.
No, you
So
should
she's-
go ahead.
so-
you-
so-
Technically, Mittens is before her.
yeah, but I mean it's in the room.
Wait, Mittens is before.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
But he's in the room, or she's in the room.
All I
Oh,
want
I thought
is-
it was their turn. So Mittens is ahead of her.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah, I'm ahead of her, but the only thing I'm doing is psionic whispers. I'm not moving or anything like that, just so we can,
Okay.
the three of us
Vince
can
was
talk to each
Charlie.
other
Oh,
telepathically.
I forgot to mention. I'm so glad I went back to you. I fucked that up as the DM. So you guys are watching this happen, and there's fighting in the corner, and Mama is like, like a little concerned about what's going on, but has a reasonable amount of confidence in, she just doesn't know what's happening. The dark elf in the corner stands up, draws a weapon, steps forward at Mama.
You were right. Inside job.
Can I intercept him?
He doesn't attack her. He walks up behind her and says something that you can't hear. And he's got the weapon, like, pointed at her. So, if you want to change what you do, because I forgot all about that.
Can I see his mouth?
You ran to the door, didn't you?
Oh.
That's happening behind you.
That's why the guy by the door was attacking
I mean,
Glenn.
he's obviously hostile.
Yeah, he drew a weapon on her.
Yeah.
Now we know why the guy by the door was attacking Glenn. Inside job. I mean, with that security, how that freaking white dragonborn got in there, you know what I mean? Without somebody letting him in.
Short sword can be thrown, right?
Wow! Are you,
He's gonna kill Mama, no!
are you thinking this because I'm gonna say don't lose it? In your mind.
I'm kind of grabbing my short sword and doming him with it.
He's right by her.
How are you gambling, man?
Is Charlie like,
Question you gotta ask yourself.
But how's your dice rolls
how's
then?
Charlie doing? Because he like peed himself
You don't know.
a little bit.
You ran to the door.
I know, I'm just curious. I wonder if he's like scared.
You'll have to
He
ask
got
him.
his action.
Oh, he has he had his action, Charlie?
He did still have his action now.
I guess I want to sneak up to him and stab his ass.
Right in the buttocks.
Stealth
What is
check.
your visibility?
This is not going to be easy.
I figured. I mean, I'm going regardless.
Okay.
16.
He sees you.
Yeah.
Well, let's make sure. Imagine he doesn't see you. Yeah, he sees you.
I'll stab him in the face.
Okay, you're gonna attack him?
Yep.
You gonna pounce?
What's Mama doing?
While I'm doing it, I'm like, Mama, can I attack him? Can I kill him?
She unfortunately. So the situation that you have is, you come up on him, and he's got a weapon to her. So when you start moving at him, his first immediate motion is to bring the weapon up to her throat. So this, I mean, it's sort of like he held his action
To see what you do.
to see if anything else would occur. And then when you move, he can react. So if you keep moving, who knows what he'll do.
Get the keys. Thank you. See you, Malachi.
So you just don't really think there's anything I can do. Yeah, I'll just stand there and eye
I'm
fuck him.
gonna. Huh?
I'll just stand there and eye fuck him.
Okay. All right. Sorry that we skipped all that stuff.
Oh, that wasn't interesting.
So you're holding your action.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next? Sorry. So Mittens. Oh, we got the other two NPCs.
Gary and Larry.
Gary and Larry.
Glary. As
Gary
married
and
couple.
Larry?
They're two of the guys that were inside.
All right. So Gary and Larry, they come bursting through the door, and they both see that this half-orc has got a sword drawn and is like swinging it at. Who is he swinging it at? Gwen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they both take chops at this half-orc.
Oh, at the half orc, not Gwen.
I was like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
No, not you.
And the first one, let's see here. The first, oh no, they both miss.
Oh.
They both like take chops, and one of them, the sword kind of clangs off the armor, and the other one just misses. So Gary and Larry are trying to help out here. All right. So we did all those. Oh, this is fantastic. I love it so much. Let's just make sure. Yeah. So in front of your face, as you're watching this happen, you barely catch a glimpse of this, and all of a sudden that dark elf like winces in pain. And then you see that Mama has very, very, very stealthily pulled out a dagger and stabbed him
No.
when he wasn't ready for it.
That's when I want to make my move and attack his ass.
After
Okay.
just
I want to
fucking-
pounce.
Okay. Okay. So he's gonna get. Oh fuck. So he got double damage. Oh, but it was not bad. Okay.
She's
Okay.
like you, Kyle.
Okay.
And your nephews.
Okay.
Like you.
So you can take your shot at him now if you want.
Alright.
and then we'll jump to the rest of the people going outside.
I'll sneak attack his AES with my cool new short sword.
Okay.
Check how it works.
21.
Hit.
Not natural 20.
Hit.
Maybe 4. 36 of me.
Mine was a 6.
11, 16, 18. 2 of its lightning damage.
18.
Yep.
Who's lightning?
Did you call down a lightning bolt? Just do it.
So yeah, you get him with the short sword, and like you can kind of see it as it happens. Like it's almost like the sword knows that it's gonna hit something, and you can almost see the crackle of it, like as it's stabbing or slicing. Like it kind of perks up, and it's just like, zzz, and it like almost like the lightning reaches out to grab
Ooh, that's hot.
and get him. So you're adding the +2 to the attack and the damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, I did not add them. So then it'd be 2 more. It'd be 20. That's right.
Okay.
And then I think... Can I call the lightning bolt my bonus action?
No.
It's a full action.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a whole move. Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know if you want to do it inside of a house.
Probably not. I'm gonna get him with my strong hand as well. My other one.
Okay.
23.
Hits.
Are you like scratching him? Please tell me you're scratching.
Give me that D. No D4 on this one.
That D.
12, 16.
Okay. Okay.
Oh shit. It's actually plus 12 more for the 2 of them. So
Why?
I forget the base. Plus 6 as well.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, you hit the fuck out of him. Okay. So,
I'm gonna lean down and just give him a little lick.
yeah.
The rough tongue.
Okay, so we've done all of that. Who is next? Gwen is next.
Who's all still alive?
Everybody.
You have the Dragonborn, you have the 2 cloaked guys, you have
The cloak lid guys.
you have the half orc.
Alright, alright. I'm gonna do... Where is it? I'm just gonna do Cure Wounds on myself. With a higher spell slot to heal 5 times. I heal back to full.
Nice.
Yep.
So you get up and go whee!
And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna do Spiritual Weapon on the Dragonborn. So I get... So there's still advantage, so I make a melee attack. So
Just summon a stick.
an advantage, because I don't think 14's gonna hit.
15's probably not
Does
gonna
15 hit?
Are you attacking?
The Dragonborn?
No.
I tried. So my big dragon head that whooshes in just whooshes right past him.
hits the wall and explorates.
I'm done.
I think you're really smart.
Okay, who's after Gwen?
That's me.
Yeah.
How do I want to go?
As a dog.
No. I like being a giant.
What is this?
A giant fire beetle.
Oh,
Not
dude.
very good. No, it's terrible.
Not
It
very
is
good.
terrible. You become bonus action giant constrictor snake.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna go for the Dragonborn and constrict him.
Alright.
Strict him.
Yuch. 18 hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Try to save as much as I can.
For
unless he beats the.
Yeah.
If you hold him low enough, I can come and kick him.
I'm holding him at the moment.
I know, but I left the next time last.
Yeah, but
Does he do the save every, like,
On
just on
his
his
turn,
turn?
yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay. Who is up next?
Are you done?
Yep.
So besides the white dragonborn, who is the other enemies in the room that I can see where me and Gwen were?
no, I have.
You have them both.
The half orc
I'm a giant
who is
constrictor
pretty close to
snake.
you, and the two like
Snaky.
kind of cloaked guys that are a little further back from.
Ooh, I'm blind
Let me see
sight.
what they
So
are.
the half orc, I'm gonna bonus action cast Hunter's Mark on him. And what that does, all it does is it'll do another d6 damage when I attack him. And it can last up to an hour. And I choose a creature I can see within range. I mystically mark it as my quarry until the spell ends. Deal an extra 1d6, and then I have advantage on wisdom or perception and survival checks that I make to find it, and then I can bonus action move it when the character or the hunted thing dies. So
So is there a save? Did you say?
no, there's no save or anything like that. It's just automatically
marked.
That's 19.
So you're
Yeah.
marking
It's form.
who?
That's nice.
the half orc.
The half orc. Okay. Okay. So the half orc is marked.
Alright. And I'm going to
You slither little son.
take my short sword and I'm gonna
Very
swing it at him.
small. I'm huge. I'm a
Okay.
huge beast right now.
11 to hit for the first one.
Miss.
Okay. And 14 for the second hit.
Uh, 14.
Yeah.
Miss.
Okay. And then it's still marked for an hour until it dies.
Okay.
You done?
Yeah.
Whee! I'm gonna rush to the snake white dragonborn combo.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's try.
Heal.
You,
With two
you look like the
attacks.
snake from Jungle Book.
Gonna attack him.
You're gonna attack the guy.
Much more colorful.
The white dragonborn that's been constricted.
Yeah.
Because I can technically
Do
do
it.
whatever color I want.
Is it
Let's see.
+7? So 16, and he is constricted.
He's restrained.
Or restrained.
Restrained. So I would imagine that gives you advantage, right?
Yep. Do it again.
Do it again.
Yep.
17.
Hit.
Wow. Okay.
Clipped him.
So we're gonna choose.
How does that feel? I don't have a vagina.
We're gonna choose fire just because, you know,
Yeah.
just to match it. 4, 8, 9. Fire.
All right. Yeah. You snake's on there, and you're just like punching around the snake, finding
I have his
spots.
head like sticking up or his legs or some shit.
And my second.
It's bouncing
I
back
have
like one of those
extra attack as
boxing.
my action, so this is like 20.
Just roll it one more time just to make sure you don't get an at 20.
Okay.
You know.
This is
but-
26.
Yup.
Same fire. 10.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah. Punching them. Punching that constricted. Restricted.
Punching.
What are we gonna do?
That way she doesn't punch me when we get home. My ribs can only handle so much.
I'm gonna do flurry of blows now. Use one of my key points.
Yeah, you don't want to be in combat with a monk, do you?
So extra 2 attacks.
At they don't do like a shit ton of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, look this. Yeah, let's try this.
I'll roll it again.
16. Ooh, this one misses, right? 16 doesn't make it.
16 hits.
Hits. 9.
Okay.
Also fire.
Yep.
4 plus 7 probably doesn't. Okay, this one definitely does. 19, right? So it would be 10 again.
Yeah, you punch him and he lets out a gurgle
Punch the shit.
and he's dead.
Oh. Okay. Can I turn around and wink at our new friend that fired him too? Because I just did it with fire. And I'm gonna
You're winking at Gimbal.
yes, and I'm putting my cooldown.
Gimbal like winks back, and when Gimbal winks, it's like it like stops your heart a little bit. You're like, oh, she
Tidal
does
wave.
it so well.
Aw, they have a little girl crush.
Tidal wave. In my
So I
pants.
am done.
Back to the bands.
Fuck them.
Back
Fuck
to
them.
the bats.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
All right. So Dark
You're
Elf
really channeling your intermittence right now.
is gonna go after Mama.
So what we should do, I should constrict and you just punch.
That was awesome.
The Dark Elf. I don't know if the Dark Elf's just like fucked over from
They're
like
gonna help
getting
him with
shocked
their
by
rolls.
being stabbed. He just takes wild swings at Mama and just totally whiffs. Not even close to hitting Mama.
He's scared.
The half orc. Let's see.
The Hork.
The Hork. Boy, the half orc's in a tough spot. He's fighting Gary and Larry and everybody. Oh my god, these guys are fucking terrible. Roll a 4 and a 1.
So the half orcs are bad as well.
Half orc is not cool. Alright.
You gotta go constrict him.
No, I'm gonna chase one of the other.
The blood.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I can't believe how terrible these guys are. So 2 more daggers go whizzing by Gwen, and they miss.
Ignore you,
Both of them
giant
miss.
snake.
And it's like, what in the hell?
WTF, why the face?
I mean, I don't really know what to say. I rolled one roll that was above a 5 for all of the bad guys' attacks.
Damn.
They're
So-
scared. They didn't expect extra company. We were surprised.
I mean, they could have really done some stuff there, and they just did nothing.
Whiffed.
Alright.
Okay.
Right, I'm after them now because I held my action. Is that how that works?
You're
That already happened. Now. Well, wait. Where is Mittens in the order?
next.
Next. Okay. So yeah, you get to go.
We're gonna stab him with the electric slide
The
sword.
electric dagger.
The electric boogaloo.
That is going to be a 27.
He
not
is
natural.
dead.
No.
You cooked him.
Fucked him.
Are you telling us anything through the brain thing?
I didn't do that.
No.
You toasted
Okay,
him like a
Mittens does the
Subway
bit.
And then I'm just
sandwich.
gonna stand in front of Mom and not that she needs my protection. But
And purr.
Are you gonna purr?
fuck yeah, I'll purr.
Gamble.
Gimbal.
And show me old eye of Sauron as he's laying on the ground bleeding out.
Kyle, you toasted him like a Subway sandwich.
Ooh.
Except you won't get food poisoning. when I
Gimbal's
do it.
gonna launch her Eldritch Blast at one of the
Oh, little fuckies.
black-clad hoe bags.
The gooch touchers. She hit him right in the assicle.
She nacked 20.
She's worth her 50 gold. Right?
She's worth her weight in gold. Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
I know, it was very punny, wasn't it?
Bria's in love.
So the guys in cloaks, can we see if they're like human or some other creatures?
We'll find out once they're dead.
can't see.
Once you smush them,
Smush 'em.
I am in the mood to construct more things. That's my kink.
Nice.
So she just
You could bite one
She
and
just,
squish
like-
the other.
takes the sword and like wheels it around in this arc, and this like arc of eldritch energy comes lasering off of her sword, and it just hammers one of those guys. And it's like when she does it, she like goes, and it's like this little X of energy comes and just slams into this one. Like he is fucked, but he's still alive.
Being can't you just become a fly and go up their nose and then turn into a person?
Alright, now we need
I would love to do that.
Gary and Larry.
I'm just trying to be.
Come on, Gary. Come on,
I was
Larry.
gonna say, or you could be like a
Ma-
worm of some
Mama.
sort, or
Mama comes like surprisingly nimbly comes jumping down off of her little spot, and she's got a little crossbow, and she just like like almost like a little gun. It's like, and she shoots it at the half orc that's fighting against Gary and Larry, and it goes whizzing by him though it doesn't hit. All right, who's after
What's
all?
Wyndam doing during all that?
One.
He's just like so when you're doing the thing, like you kind of notice out of the corner of your eye, he sees it happening and he's like,
Get him!
Like-
Get him!
I know your dad said to keep you out of danger.
Those
We
me.
did not anticipate this.
So is the half orc the only bad luck, or is there
No,
another?
there's
oh, there's two other guys.
All right. Whatever one was closest to the dragonborn, the other one that's now dead.
But
What?
there's just plenty of us too.
The half orc is closest to you. The two like kind of
Off to the.
cloaked guys are a little further back.
All right, then I'll just swing my spiritual weapon at the half orc.
The hork
The hort.
All right, so 24 to hit.
doesn't count. You didn't do it,
Hits.
right?
All right, so it's just a d8 plus 4, I believe.
You didn't do it on the mittens cam.
9.
That was a 5.
9 damage. What does it look like, Eli?
It's a giant dragon head.
It's a giant dragon head,
What's its name?
and it like
Whoa.
bonks him. It's just like,
It boots him on the bottom of his chest.
It goes to snuggle and just go.
alright.
What was that noise?
Eli. Does it say F you? F you? F you?
And then I'll just do Sacred Flame on the one, which is a
Fricked him.
16 on a dex save, 15. That's what my
What did you say? 69 deck save?
Yeah, 69 dex save.
what?
No,
How?
dex save spells DC of 15 is mine. So,
For who? Who are you doing it to?
the half orc.
Okay, he failed.
Okay, so 2d8s. 5.
Alright.
And the weather is getting bad, so I'm going to head out. It's supposed to just come down for the next gazillion hours.
Oh,
What?
The fight, man.
We're in a winter weather thing.
Since when?
Well, it said it was supposed to start tomorrow, but it started now. Now it says it's going to keep going.
There's nothing on the radar. He's such a ninny. What's his name? Or her name? That's Rain.
Freezing rain.
that's
That's still Rain.
yeah, it's bad.
Well, it is below freezing, so if it's 7.
Well, let's finish killing these guys without our fucking cleric and
It will be fine.
ranger.
I'm gonna have to leave here soon too.
And I hate driving on the crap, so I want to.
Yeah, it's fine. You guys, I mean, you guys we probably finish them off.
And tomorrow I'm not going to
Well, just think if you weren't 85 minutes late.
I mean, I got here before Michaela did. Or at the same time? No, I got here a little before
I mean, Michaela told us she was going to be late.
Okay, whatever.
You told me that I was going to be here in a half
Why are you so
hour.
butthurt, Kyle?
He wanted me to stream.
Yeah.
Kyle goes, I was going to be here in a half hour. I'm like, I never said when I was going to be here. And then I said,
I believe you sent me a message that said, okay, leaving shortly. And I sent the message, he'll be here in half an hour after I got that message.
Okay, We do know these things, we
I
anticipate.
know, that's why he's
I'm
carrying
gonna go
the weight.
after the not hurt shadow guy.
So technically they're both hurt because they both got fireball. But
We'll
one
have
of them
to
is
look up
way
between
more
the
hurt than the other
The
one.
less
Okay.
hurt one,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
After.
Safe
Number
drive,
18.
Eli.
Not bad.
To hit?
Safe drive
Yeah.
home.
Yes.
Drive safe, Eli.
Bye. Thanks for playing, Eli.
10.
You can leave that and put me in that corner.
You're the one that sat there.
Strength check.
16. Alright, I have the next one correct.
Which one? One of
The not hurt, not as
The
hurt
close
shadow
one.
guy. Yep.
I'm not.
Bullshit.
Okay, so who is next?
It's you.
Thursday.
Me? Okey-dokey. So the half orc is still up?
The half orc is, oh yeah, the half orc has hardly been touched.
I'm gonna swing at him twice with my short sword.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's a nat 1 for the first one,
miss.
and 19 for the second hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, and so technically it's gonna do a d6 plus 6, and then the other d6 of damage.
Why, what do you mean the other d6?
Because I marked him with Hunter's
Oh,
Mark.
yeah.
So 12 plus 15 damage to him in the one hit.
Yeah. So what, I mean, the Hunter's Mark, that's some kind of spell that you're putting on him?
Yeah, it was a bonus action that I took last turn to.
Well, I mean, but is it like a spell that you cast, or is it like a...
Yeah, it's
Do you deal damage to
a
one constricted?
spell, and it's basically in my mind
Is that
I
the one
can
that hasn't been hit or no?
Not
like
as hard.
lock on
He's
to a
just
certain
fireball.
prey.
Okay.
And
So it's not like,
he's my
it's not
prey.
like
Not the
lighting
one
them up
that
with energy or anything, it's
Gimbal
like,
is
No.
it's just you having a perfect vision of how to kill that guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, you go to stab him and you just find the exact perfect spot between like where his armor is, and you just like, but you do it and you make it look like easy.
Yeah.
Easy. How come it's so simple? How come nobody else could do this? Huh?
Just
Yeah.
watch him do it. Watch me.
All right.
Are you done?
And yes, because the first one I missed miserably. And then
Wow,
I'll have
you
to-
really wanna punch it.
and then I gotta get going, so
I think we'll be fine but with this point
Yeah.
at this point. So did she
I-
kill him?
No.
completely bad though.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna go to the one that she's constricting because that was really nice.
That's what you like doing?
Yeah,
Like
because
punching
that
those
way I
ones
have
that you
advantage
constrict
on
with?
rolls.
We're creating combos here.
All right.
We're comboing.
Combo.
And I'm gonna let's see what I did first. Let's do lightning now.
All right.
And I'm gonna do my main action with the 2 attacks.
You might be able to feel this shock a little bit.
17 plus 7, so it's like it
It's
hits.
the shocker.
It's a hit.
No,
Two
hold
in
on.
the.
I think it was
Sorry.
17.
No, I'm not finishing it either. I'm on the turn.
It's like this.
24. 7, 8.
8
Lightning.
damage. Yeah. She punches him with that lightning, and you can feel like a little.
Oh, did you fuck him? Did you get him?
15 damage on the half orc.
15 doesn't hit constricted him or whatever?
Well, you have advantage. Is that
Yeah,
the
but I
general
rolled a
choice?
lower. 15 is my highest.
No, that hits them. 15 hits them.
10?
10 more?
Yep.
Yep, yeah, every time, like the snake, like what, here's what happens.
See that?
Like, you punch, and the snake, like, can feel the shock a little bit, and then when the shock happens and the snake can feel it, it, like, squishes a little tighter. And so, like, the guy's getting lit up, like, zzz, and then he's like, zzz, oh!
Finding
It's
new
a
ways to
double.
torture people.
you're not taking damage.
I know,
if
I
you're
know.
just
Let's do the flurry of blows. We'll use other. So it's 2 more attacks. 15 plus 7 hits.
Make sure you don't get a 20.
6, 10, 11. Same lightning.
Yep. Again.
Ooh, not 20.
Alright, so do your damage and it's doubled.
Ugh.
Have a nice night,
6.
guys.
Yeah, thanks for playing, Michaela.
See you, Michaela.
6 total? No,
I
double
rolled a
the
12.
whole thing.
Huh?
Your damage plus your bonus, then double that whole thing.
Oh, yeah, so it's 6. So it's a 6 by doubled, it's 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
I rolled him 1, darn it.
Dead.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like,
This combo finish you guys are
Yep.
working on every
I'm
time.
gonna find her tail, like where her tail end is, and like high five it,
You're gonna high five a snake tail?
like
I
her
have
tail.
a big giant tongue.
I'm pretty sure that's a 1. That's a high 1.
It's like I'm gonna like high five her little tail tip.
You're gonna do it with a light. Zzz.
Like it's just a little bit some tickles.
Wow.
What are we doing?
We're tickling a snake butthole.
Not butthole,
That's
tip.
We
We don't know where the butthole in a snake
were
is.
Probably
I
not on
knew
the tip of the
top
tail.
But we're doing the shocker on the snake.
Did I miss my turn?
We're doing this.
No,
to the
I was.
Yeah, we're doing the shocker.
I'm doing the like.
2 in the.
So like
One
pretend
in
you're a
the-
snake
Two in the
tail.
cloakley, one in the other part of the cloakley.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're snake tail, and I'm gonna be like a little bit of lightning.
Alright. Who is next?
Man.
Let's see who's left for the bad.
Orc in the
One
shadow
cloaky
guy.
and one orc. Probably half a cloaky.
Okay. The orc is gonna take a shot at Gimbal. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think we just made a powerful friend almost.
Who knows?
So the orc hits Gimbal.
Lucky we just decided to kill Mama.
I know.
Wouldn't that be a turn of events? Okay, let's kill this bitch.
And Gimbal turns around to the half orc that hits her. And
That was really nice. I like giving advantage.
oh my god.
I'm just picturing it.
So
Like going around you like,
the hellfire wraps itself around the orc again after she like, and he just is screaming in agony because he is getting hellish rebuked in his butthole right now.
He's getting the
Is he gonna
hellish
achieve
shock.
is he gonna achieve liftoff?
Did who achieve liftoff?
Is he going to because it's in his butthole?
Maybe. It is hellfire basically.
He's getting the hellish shocker.
T-minus 1 second.
Oh my god.
The
I can't
hellish
believe
rebuke.
I have rolled so many 4s and 5s for these bad guys. It is unreal.
Now you know how I feel. Unless you have a snake for a friend, then you
Because, I mean, you saw what that first one did. I mean, it did a sneak attack,
It did,
dagger
like,
throw, and it
halfway.
did like 20 damage, and now it's just 4, 3, 5.
They're
I'm
scared.
like,
They didn't expect all of us.
The giant snake is like a thing they weren't expecting that day.
Yep.
okay, who is next?
Mittens.
So you're still in the room with Mama and
I
Charlie.
suppose I can get to the orc and that's about it.
Yeah, you can probably get there. How much movement do you have?
My base is 30.
I think you can probably get there.
Are you gonna pounce?
Yeah, it was 30. My sneaky sneak attacking.
I'm gonna back to
You're gonna sneak in between Gary and Larry.
Yep. And that's gonna be a 26.
Hits.
the lightning boop.
Beat up.
12, 20, 26.
Dead.
Got him.
How did you get 26 damage?
Got him.
I get
Rogues.
4 d4s, the d6s,
4d6s.
the d6, and then I have +8 to my
The
damage.
D4.
Oh my god.
Got him.
Got him. That is so much damage from one
I
hit.
rolled 2 6s on my d6s, so that.
Alright.
Rogues. Critical roll. One character's constantly doing like 40-some damage
Okay.
with their crossbow bolts.
So,
My lowest on those d6s was a 4.
jeez. Okay. Who's next?
Gimbal.
So Gimble's looking at the last one that's there, and she just like unleashes her Eldritch Blast at him again.
I'm surprised he's not running now.
He doesn't have enough time
He's
to
running
try to
on
run.
empty.
God, this fucking spell is insane once you're at 5th level.
Eldritch Blaze.
Well, yeah, you get two
I
rays.
think it's once even higher levels it goes up more.
Yeah, it does.
It's ridiculous.
Real nice. Real nice.
I know my Strahd is a Warlock Paladin and I'm enjoying that.
What else can
So
you
yeah, he gets blasted again by
Please.
2 more
As long as it's
arcs
not
of
more than a 2.
Eldritch energy.
But yeah.
And like her, if like you look at her face, like her eyes are kind of flashing, like it's crazy.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. We can do that, can't we?
I can be a giant.
Fuck
I've
them.
been a giant
Yeah.
before.
Who is next after her? Oh, it's Gary and Larry.
Yeah.
Glary.
Yes.
We're assuming they're a married couple, right?
Puppy.
Yeah, and
Sadly.
Gary
I can tell
shoots
I'm
his
not
little
myself.
hand crossbow and gets that last one right between the eyes.
Ooh. Can be these.
Does he just fall back
Very
like a puppet
specific, that's pretty
statue?
cool.
He
Look at
does.
how shitty it is.
They're all dead.
We got him.
You guys, you did it. You beat him.
We didn't need the other 3 people.
Wonderful.
I suppose are we stopping there then? Since
Sure we can.
the skilled players left.